to downtown Brickell. For you uncultured swine out there, that's downtown Miami. Today, you're watching the 305, meaning we're basically better than the 304s.
Oh, yeah.
My man over here, Fresh.
What's going on, fellas?
My man over here, Dom.
What's happening?
Yo, you want to talk about real influence? I'm going to step aside real quick. My man, where were you at yesterday?
Over at the White House.
You say hi to Trump?
Yeah, no, I ain't get a chance this time now, but that's coming in due time.
It must be nice to have Trump born 1946, year of the dog, and all of a sudden you getting invites to the White House born 1994, year of the dog. Must be nice.
Good stuff, bro. What was it like, man?
It's really nice, man. They give you like a press pass. You go through, well, I went through most of the review before I went. As soon as you do that, you meet someone at the checkpoint. They pick you up, and you have complete freedom of the White House. They got like a press room that they allow you to go in. It goes all the way throughout the building. You can see every mainstream media, bro, under the sun that has their tags on there. I got footage on there I can show y'all at the show. That's really cool. They give you like your own staging area. You get to see the office of the president that Joe Biden was pretty much speaking out of as soon as he had won his recent election. But yeah, you get complete freedom, bro. It's like complete privilege. Like I was seeing a lot of kids that was on tour outside of the fence pointing at us, wondering how we get in, trying to get our attention.
Wow.
And no one's really like policing you. You're able to walk pretty much where you want to go, except, not to the West Wing, but you got complete freedom.
Keep it real, bro. Were there a lot of us there?
No, not really. No,
that's crazy. They keep telling me about white privilege, and he goes to the White House.
There you go. W.
If you do it in comparison, so it's not like it's not many blacks. It's just it's overwhelmingly white.
Gotcha.
Because that's the people in those professions. You have a lot of people that's in their professions. Most people in journalism
You got a lot of blacks
white.
just don't have those other things you want to separate from, right?
Yeah, definitely. So you don't. Most people not really black people really in journalism like that. So it's expected.
But you
more into looting.
Yeah. You answered a very good question in there for the conference, though, Dom. Very good question about should people be, going after them for what they've done.
Yeah, some people give me backlash for it, but the thing is, it's kind of hard to move forward in the country if no one is seeing there's no type of punishment for breaking the laws. Okay, if you have treason that's occurred in the country, there has to be some type of form of punishment. It has to be an example made, especially if we're entering an era where we're going to be losing Trump. After these 4 years, there is going to be no President Trump. So there has to be some type of precedence that's set to stop people from breaking the law, to stop people from stealing elections. So
you might have something in 2008, Trump versus Obama, third versus third.
That would be
entertaining. Talk.
That would be the best content.
That would be the best.
That would be the best content
in history.
And content online. That would be the best content online.
The content will write itself in 2028 if that's what the storyline is. Dom, what was the biggest thing that surprised you from being in the White House?
I would basically say, I guess, I can't really say the organization. I would say how much of the mainstream media, although it might slander Trump, etc., they're working with White House staff, and they're being treated with complete kindness.
They have to. That's kind of like part of the deal.
Yeah, but it really just signifies how much the world is really a stage, because these people can act like, oh, we hate these people guts. They'll even tell their audiences not to be in the same room with the opposing force, but they're working with them. They're passing coffee to each other. They're going to the vending machines, giving each other water.
Wow.
And it's not the same type of division that they're pushing online. You don't see a reality where you have liberals and conservatives eating with each other from the content that's being pushed from opposing parties. But at the very highest level, they're eating with each other, laughing with each other, and reviewing content with each other. So I would say that's pretty surprising.
The left and the right do talk in two places. One being Congress or Parliament, and two in the whorehouses. They see each other there all the time. They be talking.
Well, they say that in politics, it's the same coin, just different sides.
Yeah. You see that in reality.
I thought politics was acting for ugly people.
That too as well. But
I'll go far.
I'll say that's accurate as well.
All right, we got a lot to cover today, man. A lot of news happening in the world. Let's go to the first one.
All right.
First one from us.
And if you want a super chat, it's 98 or above, and you'll get a numerology reading live on the program by moi. And if you want something by the bot, it's 26 or above.
So the first post, it shows if there were 100 fish in a pond and 13 of those fish were causing half the problems for the pond, what should we do with those fish? And the question appears to be comparing the fish to, I guess, like black people, I would assume.
Let's play the clip. Hear the comparison. Here we go.
Say there was 100 fish in a pond. and 13 of those fish were causing half of the issues in the pond. What should we do with those 13 fish?
Kill them and eat them. Kill them and eat them. Kill them and eat them.
We should kill the 13 fish?
Kill them and eat them. Kill them. Kill them.
Let's say there was 100 fish in a pond, and 13 of those fish were causing half of the issues in the pond.
I just want to point something out funny.
Yeah.
That's that guy's texting us right there. That's him right there.
Oh, that's funny, bro.
He's a GG33 student. I told him to start doing content 3 months ago, and now he's getting millions of views. So bravo
Good
to
stuff,
him.
bro. Good stuff,
A
man.
GG33 student who I told 3 months ago to go hard, and now he's getting millions of views. We'll have him on the show at some point.
That's awesome, man.
And by the way, did I tell you to pick that clip up?
No.
No, I didn't say. They didn't know anything about this. This is the first time they're finding out. So good shit, GG33.
Going up, brother. Okay, this one breaks my heart, bro. Man breaks down crying after crashing his dream car. All right, you know what's crazy about life, right? Things happen, you know, Murphy's Law. If it can't happen, it will happen. But imagine you spent your entire summer, entire youth, working for this car. Because, you know, you like cars.
Yeah.
You got a dream car. You maybe you save like 10K, maybe 5K, maybe even 20K. You go, you get this car, and not even a week passes by. And some dumbass hits you from behind, pause, or on the side. Bro, I had a Lamborghini that I just bought, bro. The same day. I'm going to South Beach, and this shit happens. But let's play the clip, bro. 'Cause
wow.
this is
Damn.
so annoying, bro. So annoying.
Dang.
Especially if they got no insurance, you're cooked, bro.
Yeah.
Cooked.
Same day.
But let's play it, though. Here we go.
That's my dream car. Fuck! 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 Oh my God! Oh my God! Get it out, bro. Man, that was my fucking dream car. Oh my God, when you put it in that shit, that motherfucker was fucking speeding.
Damn.
Why you cannot drive safe, man? Why?
Yeah. So I couldn't even imagine how that guy feels. You can stop here. But the worst part is, bro, is like when you get hit from someone that has no insurance, you're literally cooked because at that point, who's gonna sue for money and damages? Who are you gonna sue? So
Karma's a bitch.
no, it is. It is.
Karma's a bitch and she hits hard. This motherfucker just found out. I don't need to know his birthday. I don't need to know anything about him. That's just some fucked up shit that happened to him. And that tells me that boomerang came around with fucking karma.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%. Shit, bad shit happens, probably karma. Or unless it's his enemy year, you know. Dom knows about enemy year.
Yeah, that'll stop you completely.
Yeah. The thing is, when my car was hit, bro, it was like a tap on my
Love
back
tap?
bumper. A love tap. Pause.
Yeah.
It's funny. It was never mind. So I get hit in South Beach, and it's so minuscule the damage, bro. You can't even see it, barely, right? He said, "Oh, I hit a Lamborghini. I'm calling the police." Nigga, for what? I'm gonna fix your car, my car. No damages. We're good. Calls the police. Does a report, and not Lamborghini. There's only, I believe, 600 of them in the U.S. So when that car is hit, the value just drops completely.
Oh,
So,
man, that fucking asshole.
yeah, man. So it wasn't like a big crash. It was like a pop.
Yeah.
And then, but again, insurance they're made not to pay,
Yeah.
pay you out. So they'll do whatever they can to not pay you, especially when they have no
Did
insurance.
you
so.
get paid?
No, I did not get paid.
Oh, you got played, bro.
I pay out of cash, bro. Yep.
See?
It's all good, though.
That white privilege. Keep telling you.
It works. All right. What's the next one, Dom?
Microsoft is officially the world's largest public company in the world. They're asking this is the end of the era for Apple. I don't think Apple, I think this is the first time since the early 2000s that Microsoft has been over Apple. So it's a massive change. And I think mainly the main problem is the lack of innovation from Apple. Apple just really hasn't been innovating, man.
Steve Jobs.
And that recent VR device that they had, it completely flopped. I think that was their last chance to really prove that they're at the head of innovation. People just didn't gravitate to
what
that.
kind of phones do you have?
iPhone.
Okay, put it up there. Put it up. Just put up an iPhone.
We got iPhone.
Can you guys do this? I'm just keeping it real with you guys. Can you guys do this? I got a pen on my phone.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
we don't
Samsung.
sound-
Okay,
I used to do that.
Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Samsung, Apple has been on top for so long. They don't want to risk. They don't want to chance anything, and they're doing the same thing Kodak did back in the day. back in the day, they used to have Polaroid cameras, and Kodak used to make so much money in the film.
Yeah.
They didn't want to move to digital. So there's a guy who came to him and be like, "Listen, we got a digital camera." You know what they did? They shelved it.
Oh damn.
They said, "Fuck it." This guy took this same idea to somewhere else. All of a sudden, a couple decade later, everyone's doing digital. Kodak is fucking dying. They can't do anything. They're out of business. You have to innovate, even if you're on top of the mountain, or sooner or later, you're gonna die.
That's a good point.
That's how it would adapt or die, build or die. But the fact that Microsoft is #1 again, that's Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Bill Gates is born on the 28th. 28th number of wealth. So again, this is not shocking to anyone here. We know what's going on.
Yeah, I think when Steve Jobs passed away, a lot of the visionaries that were there, well, him being the main one, or one of the main ones, it stopped a lot of growth. So, listen, bro, Apple has been a titan for many years. So, I mean, this is just a natural course of business.
The thing I think the only way they really could die is that culture. It has to be uncool to have an Apple iPhone or Apple products, because it still is, from which I'll say is pretty impressive, that generation after generation, you're not cool unless you got the blue text bubble. I mean, just something so simple as that. If they lose that, they lose everything.
It's funny you said that, because even in dating itself, we cover this all the time. It's like, if you see green bubble text, either he's a scam, the person's a scammer.
Yeah.
They do escorting
Hell
or
yeah.
some weird
You're so
activity.
right,
You're
yeah.
like, nah, I'm good. But blue text, you get FaceTime, it's blue, read receipts. So I think people are accustomed and cultured to be accepting of blue rather than green, which means Samsung's always going to be secondary to Apple.
Apple's a criminal organization. They're using monopoly tactics to keep Samsung out the market. They're making sure that if someone like you with the Apple sends me something with the Samsung, even though my Samsung is superior to your Apple,
It is superior.
even
It
though,
really
by the way, those Apple screens, they all come from Samsung, by the way.
Yeah.
Every single Apple screen is made by Samsung. This is a superior phone. My camera is better. This is a S25 Ultra. It costs more. I have a pen. There's a lot more things I can do with this that I can do with that. But you know what? This is that girl next door. All right, this is the phone that if you don't have, like these guys said, you're not cool. At some point, that's gonna change, and when it does, that stock is gonna drop like the fucking Titanic. I can't wait, because it happened to Apple before. Yeah. And Steve Jobs might not Steve Jobs. I'm sorry. Tim Cook might be a little bit busy with extracurricular activities to be paying, the stock and stuff like that. You guys can figure that one out.
All right.
All right. We got him next. There we go.
Oh wow.
So this man, this is going viral because this man, he was married for 51 years, and he finds out the kids that he thought he had with his woman, or with his wife, wasn't his. So he was raising kids that wasn't his. He found out after 51 years of raising them, and he uploaded a video.
Let's hear this. Let's hear how we should always
And
trust
apparently
women.
He's a judge, apparently.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
So there you go.
Damn, that's crazy. This dude actually has a career of.
He probably had to decide cases like this.
Yeah,
and
that's
he
what
was
I'm
probably
saying.
laughing at the other guy. Ha ha! Look what
That's
happened.
crazy. He got it. His job was having discernment, and he couldn't even find out what's happening in his own life, man.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see it.
I have been married for 51 years. Got 2 sons, 42 and 40. Damn deadbeats. I'm still supporting the little boogers. Needed to take a test to see if any of us had a kidney good enough for my brother. Found out something interesting. They ain't my kids. There's somebody else's. Of course, the only good thing is, I know it's not my fault that those 2 idiots got dumped into this world. Hell, I thought they took after their mother. Instead, they take after the plumber or the postman or the milkman. Yeah, they were milkmen back when they came around.
Did he say the milkman?
Yeah.
Yo.
Nigga
It
old.
sure gets old. I do wish I knew who the real fathers were. And they ain't the same. She was bopping a couple of different guys.
Okay, that's
I
enough
could
of this.
figure out who they were.
Did he already know this?
I've been practicing.
He assuming
Yo.
that she had multiple partners, so it's like, bro, did he
Yo.
know this?
You
and
know,
stay?
you know what's crazy about how we date nowadays? It's almost like if like we're all pretty much hidden. Because if you have the ability to smash girls, right?
Yeah.
You're probably the same girls as me. Or likewise somebody that's close to you, right? So what happens is we're all sharing the same girls
Yeah.
if you look at it from that point of view. Now, that being said,
I ain't shade no girl, no woman. It got me
well,
it got
you're
me
married, bro.
fucked up.
You're on the
Yeah.
game.
Got me
But us
fucked
youngins here, man,
Yeah,
we
same ones,
we battling
rotation.
this battle right now. So what's happening here is that, well, even back in his day, it's a case of, all right, well, he's a better guy for my life. He's the father. And then nowadays, especially, we had a case actually where this lady changed the actual DNA test to the other guy's name and put it on him. So it's more of the case of who's the better father for these kids versus who's the father. And that's scary, bro. Very scary.
I feel like there need to be a prison sentence for that, bro.
Facts.
Is that not? Is that still
100%.
That's legal still to do that?
Yeah, women are not accountable, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
There's no punishment for that, bro.
Because you can file PTSD and shit like that. You could even be afraid to be a father or marry someone. I mean, that's your trust ruined for any partner. You should
Yeah.
be able to like get locked up for that, man.
Slap
That's
on the wrist,
crazy.
bro. That's all they get. But this is
man.
normal nowadays, bro.
So he was a simp and he didn't even know it.
No,
But then he
100%.
also said that she had multiple partners. Like, why? It's almost like she's confessed this. Because how would he automatically know? Okay, it's more than just one dude.
Listen, man.
He knew.
If
He
you
knew his
have
thing.
a ran through whore, you're gonna pay. You either pay in the beginning or you pay in the end. But motherfucker, you're gonna pay.
You know what's crazy? 2 years ago, I'd have been like, man, you too old, bro. You're too much in your head.
Yeah.
But look at the cost analysis and cost benefit of messing with hoes, bro. There's none. Like, okay, you busting up, bro. But
Yeah.
then you gotta deal with bullshit. Maybe they want to extort you. Maybe they want to finesse. Bro, it's just too much shit going on that you don't want to mess with. So whores, man, just stay over there, bro. For real.
Yeah, but they don't actually tell you they're whores.
True, but you can see signs though.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
You know, normally you're like, all right, fuck it.
What's the first red flag you see in the hoe?
For me, one of them is actually referencing people that they've been with before. A lot of hoes, for some reason, I don't know why, but a lot of high quality hoes.
Let's go,
they-
dog.
Yeah, they try to validate that they should be with you by somehow saying, "Oh, this nigga got me this," or it be shit you never asked for. You just trying to smash, and they'll tell you, you know, this NFL player had me standing in this tower, or I had these views, or something like that. And if they just mention one, bro, there's been like 40. Like
know
if they
what?
just
That's
mention
crazy.
one.
Could you imagine
Dumb.
if I came to you and I was like, yo, I once rode in a Lamborghini and I once rode in a Ferrari and I was once in a private. What the fuck?
Yo,
I don't know
dumb.
why, bro.
You
It's
know what's
just how they
worse?
do.
When they say, "Oh, I've been here before,"
Yes,
multiple
bro.
times,
Bro.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I
bro.
didn't answer that question.
Yeah,
ho.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I
It
don't
is.
want to know,
That shit make you think knowledge because
Bro,
it's like, bro, you
when
doing
they-
it. I'm part of your system.
bro. When they know the security, they know the owner, they don't know the promoters. I'm like, nigga, get
You
the
know
fuck
it, yeah,
out of here,
bro.
bro. Like, nah,
Yeah.
It cooks, man, it cooks. But listen, you know the worst part about this, bro, is that nowadays it's competition. Of course, it's always been
Yeah.
competition. But nowadays it's like, I'm gonna throw you in your face because if you can't man up to this
That's
or
what I'm
meet this
thinking,
guy's
yeah,
level, you're beneath me. So they're
Damn.
using it as a weapon against because now, oh, you can't afford to take me to Nobu.
it's attack on
You
pride.
can't afford to drive in a Lamborghini. You're a chump to me.
Yeah,
But that's the norm nowadays, bro.
it's an attack on
Buy
pride.
the bitch a bus ticket.
It's a red flag. A lot of people will say money, ask for money, of course, but most hoes they don't come out and ask. But they will compare that. Oh, I'm around money. I'm used to money. This is nothing to me.
Yeah.
And even in like, I'm not a dude that brag. I never even mention money. I don't tell them how much I'm worth for anything like that. Like, but they'll let you know. They can smell money here. It's different here. You can act broke. They know.
Let's go to super
Yeah.
chats.
Yeah, they're playing a heavy game here. Our brother Mario's back again.
Damn.
Reading for my brothers 5'4", and 8'13", 93.
All right, what do you want? Compatibility?
He wants reading for my brothers.
All right, your brother's 5'4", 1992, 3 life path, which means he has to be a networker. Should be pretty funny. Should look very young for his age. He's gonna age like wine. He can't be a hustler though. Most threes are hustlers, but he can't be a hustler because he's born on the 4th. 4 is Law and Order. So like even back in the day when I was hustling, I wouldn't even get in the car that had 4 in the license plate. I was on it. So if you're a 4, don't play no games. You have to be a hard ass worker. He should not get married. Sorry. That's the thing, man. I'm trying to save people trouble. I didn't say don't have kids.
Yeah.
You know, just find someone who you can deal with, man. But don't lock it up on paper because it's going to fuck you up. I can tell that in the birthday. And he's going to have a big bag, but he's going to have to wait for it. Next, 813. Damn, you got all these goddamn people born in the 4. You should open a family-owned company and have these guys work for you, man.
Damn.
You know, because
Yeah,
anyone
forced
born
work.
in the 13, that's going to be a hard-ass worker. And by the way, all you guys out there is always telling me, yo, Gary, I can't find any good workers. Well, of course, you're in America. But if you want people in America who are good workers and you don't want to hire an immigrant, no, not everyone wants to hire a Mexican and stuff like that. Some people want, pay people legitimate wages. People want to be on the team Trump. So if you want someone who's going to work hard, find someone born on the 4th, 13th, 31st.
There you
Or
go.
someone who's a 4 life path. This guy works. Bro, he did a podcast 2 days ago, flew out to D.C., kicked it with Trump, said what's up to all the people down here, and he flew back down here, and now he's kicking it with us plebs. You see what I'm trying to tell you, man? This is a hard-ass worker, man. He ain't fucking bullshitting like you guys. You guys going to a 9 to 5. This guy's jumping out planes.
Gary,
Get
do you
his
think
fucking job done?
Do you think it's possible any of the elites are hiring off of numerology, like off life paths and things?
I would assume that they're running people who they want to win in certain years. Mark Carney in Canada, he was not supposed to win. It was supposed to be Paul Poiriev's year. It was supposed to be the conservatives. All of a sudden, this snake comes out of nowhere, and he's dominating in the snake year. So, this is a pattern you notice.
Damn.
Vladimir Putin, born 2012.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Vladimir Putin, born 1952. That's a dragon year.
Yeah.
Ran the first time in 2000, was reelected again in 2012. Both dragon years. And then Clinton's dumbass, so I'll say it again, Clinton's dumbass decided to attack this guy in 2012. She tried to overthrow him in 2012. See, the United States and the CIA, they do not learn their fucking lessons. You would think the USA would have learned their lesson from trying to overthrow through Hugo Chavez in 2002 in Venezuela, a horse year, and Hugo Chavez is his 66th horse. What the fuck is wrong with you? You can't overthrow someone in their own year. So obviously, I think I've seen some intelligence agencies do it better than most. I would say Mossad's probably really good at it. CIA's probably catching up. I would say Russian KGB, formerly, or they would call it FSB, is pretty good at it. I think the MI6, they're a whole bunch of fruitcakes. So I'm not too sure about them, but it is what it is. Going back to you, my friend. Your brother is a 7 life path, the second one who's born. So that means he's going to be the more intelligent brother. It is what it is. I'm not trying to bullshit. He's also going to be more of a loyal one, where the first brother is going to be a little bit more jumping off the walls, doing his own things of that nature. Now, they're going to be have a love-hate relationship. Either they're going to love being together or they're going to hate being together. It's going to go back and forth with them, so you're always going to have to play peacemaker. It is what it is, but it's 93's year this year.
By the way, that was $20 you donated. Mario's the money maker, bro. He makes money.
Yeah.
Super Mario. All right, Evangelista Cortez. I would love a reading, December 9, 97, and your thoughts on my money moves for this year. I'd like to hear your point of view on the twin flame relationship. Okay.
Well, some people have a lot of soulmates. Some people have very limited soulmates. You know what the biggest challenge for most people is? And this doesn't happen. Well, actually, I shouldn't say most. The biggest challenge for people when they're in a relationship with their soulmate and then they meet a soulmate from a past life. That fucks with people. Especially women, and that's sometimes when you see these cheating shit going on. And again, I'll be the first one to call out a fucking 304 and stuff like that. But honestly, sometimes there's people in relationships who they're rock solid, and then all of a sudden this woman meets a guy or this guy meets a woman, and it's not sexual. It's not, you say that again. It's not sexual or anything like that, but they just feel like they have a link towards each other, and sometimes it's past life stuff. So I'm talking about maybe 1 out of 1,000 times when people cheat. So it's not that big of a deal, but it does happen. So yes, I do believe twin flames exist, but you probably don't have too many of them. Being a Sag, man, you're a smart-lipped one, man. You're also an ox, so you're not going to tell you anything. You're also an 11 life path, so you are emotional. Oxes are dominant in relationships. Now, some guys want a feminine woman. Go out there, find yourself an ox, find yourself a cat. Pigs can be feminine, but they're ran through. Oxes are more of the dominant sign. Oxes like to dictate terms, even if a woman. Sometimes you see a relationship where a woman wears the pants. It's sometimes an ox or a dragon woman or a tiger woman. Those are the three more dominant signs, even if they're females.
I have a question. Can you break down an ox to be more feminine or no?
I mean, you're not going to do it overnight for sure.
Got it.
That one's going to take some time to mold. Oxes are very slow changing people. They're kind of set in their ways, but you can change them. You give anyone a good enough D, you can change all of them. I'm a firm believer in that. Listen, I'm going to keep it real. I don't believe in lesbians. Oh my God. I don't believe there's such a real thing as lesbians. You just haven't rate the dude yet.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Don't tell me that lesbian bullshit. And by the way, there's people in GG33. By the way, I don't let gay guys in my group, but lesbians are free to come. For lesbians can come in my group, gay guys can't. You know why? You know what the difference is?
What?
Well, we don't hold women to the same standard as men. So why would I hold them to any higher standard? Okay, so that's what it is. It's okay for women because we don't hold them to that standard. But men, I expect more out of them.
That's looking crazy, bro.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you funny.
Listen, going
Like a
back
kid.
to her, the right money moves for you. Okay. You're in a 1 year cycle. No, you're not. You're in an 11-year cycle right now. So anything that deals with getting people emotional. You're going to be rich. You're going to have money. I'm not even worried about that. It's going to take you. Definitely going to have in your 30s and stuff like that. I'm not worried about that at all. You have a lot of charisma to you. And that's what you should take advantage of. Only thing you're blinded by is beauty. So if you find some pretty boy, you might be in a little bit of trouble. Other than that, I think you're solid. I think you have a good head on your shoulders. And I think this is the year for you to do things. So something that has to do with exploiting your charisma, because people really like being around you. You have one of those voices that people listen to. I can almost tell an 11 always by their voice. They have something extra in their voice, including maybe our next guest. Well, maybe he's the exception. We'll find out soon. But at the end of the day, as an 11, go out there, dominate. Remember, the people will always follow an 11 left path. Barack Obama, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton. We're talking about some of the most charismatic presidents of all time, even JFK, born on the 29th. So it is what it is.
All right.
If you guys want a live reading, 98 or above, or you can go to the bot that my people put together, 26 or above. It is what it is.
There you go. And Louise did that earlier. All right. So yeah, just finishing off for the guy that had didn't have kids with somebody that would claim to have kids with him. I think a lot of guys nowadays, they should definitely do a mandatory DNA test. It may sound crazy, but obviously speaking, our policies are not giving that as an actual given. But if you're going to have kids with somebody, you need to verify, because nowadays you never know. It could have been ex-boyfriend she's messing with, ex-husband, baby daddy. She meets you.
Yeah.
Hopefully not dating single mothers. But the point is that it could be anybody in her life right now that smashed her in that time period. You
I
don't
agree,
know.
bro, because the thing with women, bro, they can actually change how the way men have to address them, how men have to treat them, and they'll hide it behind the excuse that times have changed, that we're evolving as people. So if men have to evolve and change the way that they treat women, they have to accept that we can do the same thing to them. For us to fall in love and get married, it should be a standard for us to give the DNA test if now there's new standards for women.
Yeah.
Like they now have raised the standard for how much we got to make. So we can also set, it shouldn't be wrong for men to also set their standards if we're in a new era. If we can accept their standards, it shouldn't really be no drama if we set our own.
You know, it's funny. Nowadays, women have no real shame, but they'll put the shame on you for having kids. Oh, why do you need to test me? You don't trust me?
No,
and it's like,
bitch,
and it's
I
like, hold on. This is my life right now you're playing with. If this is not my kid, why the fuck do I want to raise another man's kid? So that right there tells me that for them, they're going to shame you to say, you know what, you're right. I don't want to rock the cradle, but honestly speaking, that's your life in her hands. So don't play that game, bro.
Listen, I'm going to make this real simple to you
Get a
gentlemen
DNA
out there.
test.
Do not trust a woman, okay? I trust my wife because I've been with her for 20 years. I trust my mother because she birthed me. I don't trust any other broad. You got your fucking mind?
She belongs to the streets.
Well, not all of them belong to the streets, but none of them belong in my wallet.
Well, I got a good question.
That much.
Gary. How long should a man that's watching this, how long should they consider? So your wife has gained your trust. When should a man start to consider to trust a woman?
See, that's why you are in difficult spots.
Bruh.
Not because you're black. Well, maybe, but not for this reason, okay?
Oh, shit.
You guys are in difficult spots because, quite frankly, you're doing well financially. You're doing well financially.
Yeah.
I met my wife before this ring.
Yeah.
I met my wife before this Rolex, okay? So she was with me when I was broke.
There you go.
So because I grew with her together and we accomplished stuff together, her following my lead, let's keep it real, but it was together. I can't have kids by myself. At the end of the day, I trust her because we grew together. Now, my wife could have married a millionaire back then. She didn't. She knew obviously she knew I had potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Ambition.
and I listen, I did everything I told my wife I would do 25 years ago. I told her I'd make numerology mainstream. I told her I'd make a living as a numerologist. I told her we'd be rich. The only thing I told her we have healthy kids.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't do, and I'm still working on it, so don't hold it against me. I promised her we have sex in the White House. So I'm working on that one.
What?
No, hey, yo. What?
House,
I promised I'd
Bill's
have
petty.
sex in the White House. Somehow,
House,
I'm going
wait.
to get that done. Whether it's through my boy Trump, maybe Dom sneaks me in there. Somehow, it's going to happen. Okay?
Okay, sir. I don't know about that one, but
Bumblecard.
that's
Don't
a good.
doubt me.
That's
It
a good.
couldn't be the first time.
That's a
I'm
good
witness.
wish. Okay. What's the next one, bro?
All right.
All right, this is the main event. Yes,
out to Fear
this is the
Buck.
main event. Main event, guys.
Antonio
All right.
Brown. Oh, you got it.
So Antonio Brown, a man of few words,
Hell of a receiver.
has actually been accused of some heinous things. But allegedly, he promised two escorts he covered their rent, led them to Dubai for a shopping spree, in exchange for some sex, but scammed them instead. And now one is accusing him of trafficking them. This is crazy. Listen, I know AB for quite some time. I think AB is very gifted. You know why he's gifted? Why he's very gifted? Because people like him. Now, when it comes to women, though, they love him too. However, I know AB. He don't need to scan nobody for sex. However, I would say if you play a certain game, then don't get mad when it comes back to you tenfold. But let's see the text here that you're saying. 'Cause this is hilarious, by the way. Here we go. So it says here, well, obviously this is one of the girls talking to another girl, I think. Why, what up? He told me coming out here, he was going to bring me some shopping and pay my rent. He did neither now. It's the first, and I'm stuck out here with no room, no clothes, no money. Fucking piss.
Chalk it up to the game, bitch.
Well, remember, he told them, you go to Dubai, shopping spree, I'll pay your rent, which is hilarious. I think he says, go. Those guys got money spent on y'all that are there. Terrible grammar. They got bread. He better get me my flight home before I go online talking about AB sex traffic me and my friend to Dubai and let this here. I ain't playing with y'all. No more this some bullshit. Now I want a room. I want my rent paid like I was told. He didn't give me shit, nigga.
Oh, shit.
Now he blocked me. I'm gonna go online talk crazy in about 10 minutes. So there's a pattern here, bro. Whenever there's a issue with a woman, she resorts to the internet because, again, attention, clout, fame. But when harm is done to them, there's no accountability. Now, if you're a full-blown escort, and sorry to say this, you don't get the money up front, whose fault is that?
Dumb bitch.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Dom, what do you think?
I got no pity for sex workers.
She also said that she's not playing with y'all no more. It made me feel like she's had problems before, bro. Like with men, finessing her out her cat, bro.
Yo!
So like, I mean, this is the first thing my eyes like go to. She says, I'm not playing with y'all no more. So she's had problems with dude not respecting her and her hustle. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have no problem with like a dude getting a W because a woman ain't gonna have no sympathy if it was on the other shoe, on the other foot. But I don't know if it's safe as being a guy of status of making some type of promise verbally, or if they have proof if he's made some text.
Ain't no
promise or something like that.
contract. This ain't marriage.
There's no contract.
He didn't put no ring on this bitch. Chalk it up to the game. How many times has this scantless bitch suckered guys? How many times has it happened to her? She probably does this for a fucking living, and someone finally got over on her. All of a sudden, it's human trafficking.
She's mad.
You know, this is like a bitch who was cheating on a boyfriend 10 times, and then she's like, "Oh, look what you did! I caught you cheating." Like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what you do. You're a fucking sex worker. No one respects you. You don't respect yourself.
Haram!
How the fuck is anyone gonna respect you? The fuck out of here, you dumb bitch.
There you go. Listen, man. I just think that nowadays the word trafficking is used very lightly because, I mean, I get it. The term is basically when you fly someone across state lines, and they're there offered some money or some type of like incentive. I get that part. But to say this is that, man, come on, bro. Like, really?
It's also weird that women know how much power they have when they're pissed. But yet, when they're happy and things going their way, they'll claim that it's not as unfair as the shit is. They know that their power to destroy men's lives. But yet they will gaslight when a man say, well, a woman can take everything we have, that we shouldn't trust a woman, we should guard ourselves. As soon as she get pissed, the first thing she tries to do is destroy everything AB got. Regardless of that, that ain't where a man go first. When he get fucked over, they start thinking, how did I fuck up? How did I allow this situation? The first thing they want to do is destroy someone's life if shit don't go their way. It tells the entire story.
They don't care.
It's crazy, bro.
But you know what's scary too about this is that, like, Shannon Sharp, for example, right? The one woman might have just destroyed that contract, $100 million.
Yeah.
And this right here, they're saying in the comments especially, they're saying, well, technically it's great because he offered them something and had sex and then left without paying them what is owed. So imagine this is considered great because he didn't give them what they wanted.
It's not fulfilled.
That is insane to me, bro.
Yo, you simps in the chat need to shut the hell up on some real shit, man.
What are you saying?
You guys know damn well that you're talking all shit about these guys. You know damn well half you guys in that chat are simps. All right, cut the games. Cut the games. We all see. You all see what we look like. You all know who the hell we are, but we don't need to know who you are. You can tell who we are, what we wear, what we talk, all this good stuff. We don't need to know anything about half you simps. The way you type, we already know you're fucking losers. Okay? Enough games. But shout out to the chat.
There you go.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah, I just think this is crazy because at any point in time when she's not happy, actually, you know, this is actually strategy for celebrities that they use. For example, they say make her happy till she leaves. Because if she leaves happily, there's no issues. But until then, she could finesse you. You never know. You never know. So, all right, what's the next one? Oh, you want to play it? I mean, they're just twerking, but okay. Yeah, pretty much.
We'll get back to the super chats in about 5 minutes. And if you want one, 98 or above.
There's something Gary spoke on a lot. He's saying like about 2030, I think you said most people will be replaced by AI.
Yeah, I mean,
Heard the same thing.
You better get your bag because if you don't have it within 4 or 5 years, you're cooked for the rest of your life. Right now, if you're poor, you still have the opportunity to go out there and make money.
Yes.
That's not going to be the case in about 4 or 5 years. So you don't have to listen to me. I know I'm right. So if you don't, you're cooked. I mean,
And Bill Gates came out.
Listen to this vaccine piece of garbage.
Yeah, Bill Gates came out to announce that humans will no longer be needed in our world thanks to AI. He said, due to the advances in AI, humans will no longer be needed. Kimmel asks, will we still need humans? And Gates responded with, not for most things, we'll decide.
That's crazy, bro. Yo, you know what's scary about this as well? It's kind of like, imagine a world where there's no longer humans. It's just either hybrids or a form of human where like we're tainted with technology or AI.
Yeah.
And it's like us as human beings is no longer a thing. That's a real threat to our humanity, bro. Honestly.
The woman that made The Matrix, that wrote it, she actually is a fan of my work, and we've been able to text and stuff. She actually was serious when she said, like, The Matrix was a documentary.
Really?
And it's weird because a lot of people don't know The Matrix is actually according to her, connected to like Terminator. Terminator is supposed to be the prequel to The Matrix.
What?
Yes.
I can see that.
Yeah, the Terminator. Like, yes,
I can see
she-
that.
Oh shit! Yeah,
So,
she
the
wrote.
machines won.
Yeah, so yes, that's it.
Yeah,
So she
okay.
wrote the Terminator. Like she's behind both of these. I think Hollywood stole her stuff. I'd have to get the recap. Hollywood stole her story.
Wow.
But Terminator was supposed to be an addition to Matrix. It was supposed to be the first movie. Then Matrix was supposed to be the sequel to Terminator. But humans created the machines. Machines got to advance. They took over the world and they put humans into machines.
Wow.
So Matrix is supposed to be the sequel to Terminator. So and I can see us heading to that point.
that is transhumanism at best, bro. But yeah, I mean 2030, man. That's the year.
Get your bunny, get your
2030.
bag up. I ain't bullshitting. And by the way, crypto ain't gonna do it either, because crypto's gonna crash next year. So you better find another way. Better find another way. You know, and if you're in Canada, you're really hurting, bro.
you're screwed.
You're
Yo.
extremely hurting if you're up north.
That is tough, bro.
You have
That is
to make
tough.
the same bad.
You know, I want to shout out to the premier of Alberta, who basically said that she might petition to leave Canada and join America
W.
as the 51st state, meaning cities like Edmonton would be American cities. Cities like Calgary would be American cities. And by the way, Alberta's where most of Canada's oil is at.
Oh, wow.
So come on over. We welcome you with open arms. But, you know, that's from a political standpoint. From a astrology standpoint, we have a snake Carney who pulled the upset victory in the snake year. Now he's the PM. But this premier in Alberta who's against him, she's born 1971, year of the pig. So we have a pig who's pushing for secession against a snake when he comes to power.
Now-
And by the way, who did the snake replace? Another pig named Justin Trudeau. This is always there. The system's always there.
The only thing that worries me with the Canada, with us acquiring Canada, is Canada has brought a lot of trash in their country, bro. Look at the migrants that they have. Their migrants are actually worse than the ones in the U.S. So
they're in Toronto and Vancouver.
Yeah.
But the most conservative part of Canada is Alberta. So Edmonton and Calgary are much cleaner, much nicer than that trash in Toronto.
But what I'm expressing is that a lot of people in America are advocating for us to take all of Canada, and it's like, bro, we would have to take all of those migrants.
We're
And it
going to
was-
take them, but they're going to be second-class citizens. They have no voting rights.
I don't know. With America,
It'll be like you in the 1800s, bro.
Bruh.
Yo,
It is what it is,
this
bro.
guy crazy, bro. Yo. I kid you not, bro. That was left field.
Did I tell a lie?
That was left field.
Did I tell a lie?
Listen, Gary, you're hilarious. I will say this though. Fun fact: about 10 years ago, I was supposed to be a pastor in Alberta, Canada.
Oh, damn,
And
wow.
I was actually gonna go to mission school, Bible school as well, to learn to be a theologian. So,
Really?
but then I came to
crazy
Miami,
lore.
and the whole shit changed. It was like, bruh.
man,
You
that's
got turned out in
I
Miami.
would have never
Bro,
expected
The good
that,
boy
bro.
from Barbados got turned
know
out.
what's
Turned out
crazy?
in Miami.
That's wild.
I don't think I would have had a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
I don't think I had this lifestyle in Canada. Actually, I would have been cold, a liberal probably, and probably just like doing like dumb shit. Here, I'm free.
Yeah.
Canada, I'd be cooked, literally. So I'm glad I made.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about? You
definitely.
would have had that connection to God.
Hold on. Yes, that would be the best part. But other than
A fake
that,
connection.
other than that, no, I think it's a real connection. But other than that, you know,
Obviously, you're still connected, though. I mean, he just had a different path.
yeah,
Someone that was going to take that path still became the preacher. So
yeah. Better than me though. Imagine me stuttering through each sermon. The Lord save you.
My brothers and sisters, think about this. I could have definitely been like a preacher, bro. I could have
No,
definitely
bro,
pulled that
you
off.
would've-
Let me
Yes,
tell you
you
something.
Mega
bro.
church.
You know,
Mega
bro,
church.
you know where I believe it was in Kansas, and I was like in this poor town in Kansas once, and I was just sitting on the bench because I don't know what I was doing there with my parents. I was real young. Anyways, it was like a rap battle, but between pastors. Like a pastor would get up, and then he start fucking spinning his game, and then another pastor gets up, starts spinning his game, and I think they're fucking counting to see who can get the most in donations. I'll never forget this. My brothers and sisters, I love you. And as a servant of the Lord, if you bless this collection plate, I will bless you. Yo, that's how it works, bro.
Bro, you know what's scary to me? 'Cause everything's scary nowadays because I'm like, how is this even possible? Back in the day, we had an actual church, a community that loved God. Now it's more like, all right, government funding. Okay, we want this agenda.
Yeah.
The K agenda. They're going to pay us. Oh, collection money. Oh, God, the Lord's commanded me. The gays are allowed now. When did God say that? So to me, it's weird, bro. It's really weird.
I feel like church.
The gays are the priests now. What are you talking about, bro?
And women. Bro, how's a woman preaching the word of God, bro?
Because you didn't take the job in Alberta, bro. The fuck?
Bro.
The church. I think church misunderstood because even in the Bible, when it says, the temple, a lot of people created churches because the Bible talks about a temple, but it's referring to your body.
Body
as a temple. So it's not even supposed to be a physical brick and mortar location in terms of them not paying taxes. And in the United States, this entire nation is built on money. There's no reason they wouldn't allow churches to pay taxes unless they're getting it back in some way.
Yep.
And it's the propaganda, which is why you typically see more churches in the hood because those people are looking for a way out. Yet they'll come and give them propaganda, tell them to focus on gun law control, accepting LGBTQ, or even voting Democrat. Almost every church in the hood attacks Trump. They include at least a 5-minute segment talking about President Trump.
Isn't it illegal
Sunday.
for pastors to be talking politics?
I don't know. I couldn't
there's
even
a
say.
law
I
somewhere
don't
that says you can't do that.
I don't think it's supposed to mix, but
Nah. We'll get to the super chats in about 5 minutes, folks. I know you guys are already complaining. We'll get there.
We got you guys. All right, what's the next one here? Because, man, that's so sad. Churches nowadays.
all right. WNBA
Griff
star
Centers.
Britney Griner is back in hot water after she was caught gambling on her own games, which could lead to her being banned from the NBA for life. They said we're
WNBA.
we're looking into whether or not she's purposely fixed the score, said league ethics manager Josephine Barron. Said we may have a Pete Rose situation where she ends up banned from life.
Yo.
You stupid.
All right, Gary, you're a gambling guy here. Does this make sense to you?
That a player would take a payoff or bet on her own game? Yeah, it makes sense because she could control the game. Say there's a 5-point spread and her team's favored by 5.5 points. And they're up by 4, and she purposefully fouls someone at the very end so they get 2 free throws, and they beat the spread, or some bullshit happens. Of course, 100%. Isn't this the same bitch that Biden got out of Russia?
Yep.
They left American Marines in Russia, but they got her out, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think if she gets out of this, I mean, if they find out she's guilty of this, she will get banned. I don't think they're gonna bullshit about this though.
Man,
Seriously.
deport the
They
bitch
traded
back
the
to
worst
Russia.
criminal possible for her.
Yeah,
For her
because
to come in and cheat games. But, to me, why I ask the question is because, to me, it's like, how are you going to bet on your own games when someone could do it for you?
that's what I was trying to figure out too.
You
yeah,
stupid.
how did she get caught, bro.
Like, okay. It's wrong in the first place.
Bro, she's a woman.
Like dead ass how she got caught. I'm like, bro, how you didn't send that to someone to send that to someone or something? Like, that's hot.
You're not even a smart criminal, bro.
Yeah, because it'll make you
Yeah,
a
we
target on your
established that
team.
she's a
It can
woman.
make you. It really is destroying the entire league if they
Yeah.
find out she's doing that. It ruins the trust for the whole league because now it's questioning how many other players are doing it with, without being noticed.
Well,
So
look at that, though. How many other players are doing that? Who knows? A game could be going well, and because of
That's
a
crazy,
spread,
man.
they mess it up. That's scary, bro.
That's crazy.
is,
Look
though.
at this, man. There's guys who are trying to network in the chat.
W, man.
networking.
Networking is life, guys. Networking is life. Trust me. Speaking of networking, we got guests here as well, coming very soon. All right, what's the next one?
All right. These prison inmates uploaded footage of them having the time of their lives while having a pool party while incarcerated. Prisoner can be seen jumping into a laundromat, like a laundry container, trash can, whatever, that they transform into a pool, while other inmates can be seen slipping and sliding across the floor in glee. So they were just pretty much having the time of their life, throwing a pool party in prison. It's pretty viral right now.
Hold
2.3.
on. I've been to jail.
Oh, man.
Okay. How exactly did they shoot this video and get it out of prison? Because I'm pretty sure cell phones and cameras are contraband in prison. I'm like, how'd they actually shoot
Well, a lot
this
of people have
video?
them. A lot of people have cell phones now in 2025 in prison.
In
though.
prison, they have a cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, from what I see.
Ooh, they must be popping that
There's
female
a thing on
guard,
TikTok
bro.
called TikTok. I think it's on there. It's like prison TikTok. Yeah, you can search
Prison TikTok.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's an actual hashtag showing prisoners live their life. It's an ass of videos, man.
I'm sorry, bro. Speaking of ass, I don't want to go to jail, bro. Yo, I promise you, bro. I promise you, bro. I will not survive jail. I'm not made for it, bro. I know I'm black. I'm actually like an Oreo. I'm more white than black. Listen, the point is that like I believe that these people did something wrong. I mean, a good human being, I don't do no wrong.
You know, Fresh, you're not giving yourself enough credit.
Uh,
If you actually ended up in prison, which you never would, but if you did, say in a different life, in a different timeline, you'd probably be a preacher. Get all these motherfuckers alive
I
real
could
quick.
preach to them, keep them safe.
I think you'd be good because you're
Tell them not to
networking.
bend over.
Yo, I'd have to learn. Dude, hell no.
Don't drop no soap.
I'd have to learn the environment
Yeah.
and maneuver with the big dogs. Pause.
Yeah, well, you good with networking, so I think
Yeah.
that would apply in prison
I'll trade
too,
you some
man.
apple juice for some like protection, nigga. There you go. Commissary.
Yeah, I already, for the people who are asking if I need a designated driver, I don't drink, number one, but like I already have what is called Uber. You're not going to be there faster than these motherfuckers, so it is what it is, man.
True.
Anyways, let's get to the super chats. These people have been patient.
Yeah. Shout out to Super Chats, man. Supporting the show.
And if you want one, it's 98 or above.
Also, guys, like the video, man. So we get
Yeah,
more.
I need some likes, guys. I'm
Yeah.
over here, like, literally tap dancing with these guys here.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Making it work. All right, we got Neil Vidal, July 23rd, 2001.
Can you, Gematria Club, look that up real quick. See if that's a snake or a dragon. It's right there. What is it?
So July 23rd?
July. No, that's a snake. for sure.
2001.
July 23rd, you said?
Yep, 23rd.
Okay. So anyone born on the 23rd is going to want to be at the spotlight at least at some point, man. People who are born on the 23rd are extremely funny. They're extremely entertaining. Being in social media is perfect for them. Wouldn't you agree, Dom?
Yep, March 23rd.
So people who are born on the 23rd have that ability. When it comes down to you, though, you know, you're also a 6 life path, my friend. So when it comes down to 6s, they're kind of homebodies. So you're going to have one of those type of deals where you're going to want to shine, but half the time you're going to want to just be left the fuck alone in your house. Snakes are lazy, man. Snakes, and by the way, no one does more with least amount of effort like snakes do, man. Like a snake could put like minimum effort in and fucking outwork a whole bunch of people, but he's still lazy as fuck. You know, it is what it is. They ain't going to be no snake David Goggins. I promise you that much. But, you know, why should they? They're smarter than everyone else. So at the end of the day, my man, you're going to have money. You're going to have that charisma, but it's going to take some time to develop. Snakes need to shed their skin a few times before they actually mature and become who they're meant to be in life. You don't see too many snake stars when they're young, unless it's in athletics, like Anthony Edwards, who just basically shitted on LeBron. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. By the way, did you know Anthony Edwards was born on the 5th?
Really?
Did you know Anthony Edwards changed his jersey number to number 5?
No,
And all of a sudden he became a star? I wonder who told him to do that.
Wait a minute.
Bruh.
That was you?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. Oh, shit! You know, there's a certain player on the Miami Heat. I think it was 2020. Why don't you look this up down real quick? It was 2020, Andre Iguodala, and he said a certain friend of his told him to pick the number 28, and he happens to be born in the 28th. And did you know he went to the NBA Finals that year?
Damn.
Wow, I wonder who that could have been. Anyways, listen, at the end of the day, a lot of people listen to me. And for all those guys who say, oh, we only get 80 viewers, Zerka, my good buddy, my good pal, Zerka, let me make this clear, man. I'm actually, let's take YouTube out of it because I smoke you. I get about 3 million views a month. You don't even get 300,000, pimp. So let's go down to your network, Kick, okay? I'm verified on Kick. You're not. I actually have an account on Kick. You don't. Do you understand what type of degenerate you have to be not to have an account on Kick? The only person I know banned is Neon and maybe Jack Doherty. So again, you have to be a complete degenerate piece of shit. Congratulations. You definitely fit the bill, bro. Anyways, getting back to my reading, my man, Go Hard. This is a snake year. You're a snake. Do what you need to do. Who's next?
All right. We got up next Nicholas Shav. It's 09/28, 2005. What's your best advice for money plus building an empire? Also for love plus money. Any key timing I should know for both? Love plus family.
Okay, first of all, stop bullshitting. You don't give a damn about love. You want money. You're born on the 28th. You also an 8 life path. You probably live, breathe, everything about money. So secure your bag, and that's what I would do. I wouldn't worry about women or anything like that until you're probably in your 30s, bro. I'm not saying don't go out there and do what you need to do as a man. You know, obviously put it on extra tight and shit like that, but, you know, do what you have to do as a man. But I wouldn't worry about family until I was at least in my 30s. And then when you're about 32, 33 years old, and then go out there and have a kid. Maybe wait as late as 35, 36. And that goes for the both of you too, man.
Yeah.
I want to see you have a little monkey child when, you know, in 2028.
That's gonna look crazy on camp, man. That's just gonna look crazy on camp.
Hold on. Year of the
I understand what he's talking
Year
about.
of the monkey. You motherfuckers are racist. Okay? You guys are the racists out there, not me. He's born in the year of the monkey. I want to have a child.
Yeah.
I understand.
Born
Bro.
in the monkey year.
Yo, that sounds
2008.
crazy,
You
bro.
racists need to fucking chill
That
the fuck
sounds
out.
wild,
Okay?
bro.
Yeah, just-
This man is born in a dog year. Okay? So I would prefer that he has a child in 2030, the year of the dog. You see, like just like I'm a snake, not a child in the snake year. I'm not telling them to do anything I didn't do myself.
Understandable.
All right? Damn, man.
That was funny, though.
You guys are some racist motherfuckers. Damn. Anyways, born on the 28th, man, understand this. Anyone who's your partner, you're going to help manifest. Any woman you're with, you're going to help elevate her in life. That's what being around 28 does when it comes to money.
All right.
Yeah, this guy's going to be rich.
Okay, we got Ara Osakan. Hey, Gary, how's it going, brother? I think he means a couple of things. I'm a man, I live in Toronto. Date of birth,
Sorry to hear that.
June 18, 1990.
Bruh.
I got a gal, April 7th, 93. What does the numbers say long-term for family and future?
You're a 7 and she is a 33. Wow. All right, just being around her just elevates you. Unlike most women, she's pretty smart. She's born in the 7. She's also a 33. She's also loyal. And that is something extremely important to you as a horse. You need a loyal partner. Horses and roosters do have that in common. They're both extremely loyal people. And based off that, you can have a relationship. But if you're asking me about compatibility, I'd probably say 6.5. You know, but the fact that you guys are both honorable people, you know, goes a long way. Obviously, she's a good-looking woman because you would not be with her if you wasn't, because you're superficial that way. Yeah, I don't hold back. And you're going to be a good provider, which she's going to be very happy with, too. Quite frankly, decent relationship. You are not soulmates by any stretch of the imagination. But, hey, you got that bag, brother. Congratulations to you.
Good stuff.
And get the hell out of Canada, bro. What the hell are you doing? Listen. This is what I'm talking about. You actually have a bag. What are you doing in Canada? Like, what the fuck are you doing in Canada? Get the hell out. And as a Canadian, you can live in America 6 months out the year. And then you can get a visa for the other 6.
You can?
Yeah, if you're a Canadian, you can live. If you're Canadian, you can live in America 6 months out the year, no visa, no nothing. So, and then if you want a visa, you can get it for the next 6 months.
That's
So
crazy.
it is what it is. So as a Canadian, you what are you doing over there? Get the hell out of there. You're born in a horse year. Go to America. America will be much better for the both of you. As a matter of fact, if you're going to marry this woman, Canada was founded in a cat year. That's the enemy of your girl born 1993. So if you want to keep that woman happy, get the fuck out of Canada.
There you go. Also, he says, if I book a reading through Instagram, is it a full one-on-one call reading with you?
If it's $980, yeah, it's with me. If it's for a different price, like 20, for me, bro. And yeah, I go in depth for about 30, 45 minutes, much deeper than I do on here. So if anyone wants that, gg33classes.com. There's a lot of websites for it. There's so many IGs, bro. So many YouTubes.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But if you guys want the real me, it's 980.
Jonathan Ball, he says his birthday is 8/15/98. Much appreciation to GG33. 8/15/98. His birthday.
That's Napoleon's birthday.
Oh shit.
Napoleon, one of the greatest leaders in human history. Problem with him, he was a simp. So it is what it is, man. Good and bad with everything, man. I'm not kidding you. Napoleon was a simp.
You know what's funny about simps? They hide in plain sight. Like you would think someone's like, oh, macho, he's in the gym, he's all this stuff sometimes, and it's like, this thing is worse than
Yeah, you damn, you're so right, bro.
the nerd in school. I'm like, bro, you're a cuck. Literally. Sitting watching your bitch. I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah.
It's hidden in plain sight, bro. So to me, it's kind of like, bro, this cuck pandemic, bro, is everywhere.
Cuck pandemic.
It's everywhere.
I mean, yeah, he's a cuck.
Yeah,
He just admitted it.
Yes.
And by the way, admitting that he's a cuck is the least of his worries after what else he admitted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, open up wide for a 6-year-old, huh, bro?
Dude, that's the
Disgusting, filthy piece of shit. And Ye's out here always bitching that he wants to be around his kids. He wants to be around his kids. Yo, you think it's in your kid's best interest to be around a sexually degenerate like you? Never. I hope Kim Kardashian never lets you see his kids.
God
Because
damn,
quite
nigga.
frankly, you're a piece of fucking garbage. No, I'm not kidding, man. Listen, it would be one thing if he committed murder and went to jail and got out. It would be another thing if, he just committed some kind of robbery and got out. This guy is a sexual degenerate. You do not need sexual degenerates around kids. Flat out. I don't care if your kids are yours or not. Yay? I hope you never see your kids again, you sad piece of fucking shit. Now going back to the reading.
Okay.
You're a 5 life path. 5s need to travel in life. They can't be in one place for too long. You're also a tiger. So tigers need to make sure they don't have women destroying their lives, a.k.a. Andrew Tate. When it comes down to it, he made a mistake with the wrong woman. He is a tiger. A lot of tigers have issues like this. So my advice to you, find yourself a good girl born in the 6th, 15th, 24th. And make sure she's born in the horse year. Horses probably won't bring up domestic violence charges against your ass. Because a lot of tigers can be rough, bro. They like that choking, all that shit, man. This is what tigers do.
I got to say one thing, though. When it comes to dating women in 25 this year and years prior, it's almost like if you have to avoid the landmines because you're entering into a
lot of landmines, bro.
Interaction with somebody that could potentially hurt you with her voice, hurt you with her consent. And it's like, obviously speaking, you want to be respectful, not a fucking douchebag, but to what ends does it go? Because if I date somebody and we're cool, and then all of a sudden we're not cool, now she calls the police. She says he grates me, says he has my kid, and it's like, when was this ever a real thing? Because where's the love? But there's no love because it's a transaction basically. So for me, it's like, whenever you meet women, especially nowadays, bro, look at the long-term angle. Why is she talking to me? What does she want?
She wants your resources.
Why am I talking to her? What do I want? And if you're not getting what you want, bro, just dip because, bro, that transaction, you may end up getting fucked at the very end. So,
all right. What does he want? Her to open her legs. Okay? What does she want? Him to open up his wallet. Y'all want stuff to open up, bro.
Obviously. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, that is the actual foundation. But what I'm saying is, there's a reason why she chose you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And usually it's for the money, for sure.
Going back to this individual, born on the 15th, you're going to be a man of influence, and especially in your 30s and 40s.
Yep.
All right.
We got one more.
Yep.
Ikaka K. Hopefully I said that right. Aloha. 2/6/1984. Living in the islands, Hawaii.
Look up if that's a rat or a pig.
Yo, you've been to Hawaii?
Gematria Club.
You've been to Hawaii?
I haven't been yet.
Bro,
2/6.
84.
84.
Yo, we need to go to Hawaii, bro. Shit looks lit.
Yeah.
Appreciate the energy you folks be giving. Be following you for just a couple of years. Hope you can give me some advice. Aloha.
Well, let's do what we can without the astrology sign first. You're born in the 6th, home and family oriented, always looking out for others. People who are born in the 6th are very responsible people, so they're usually looking out for co-workers, family members, things of that nature. The fact that you are a 3 life path means you're born in 84, but you don't look it. 3 is one of the best numbers for a woman to have, right? 3 is one of the best numbers, again, for a woman to have because women basically are about beauty. The women who can make their looks last the longest are the most successful. And 3s age like wine. So that's an extremely fortunate number to have for a woman to have, a 3. 3 is about networking, hopefully with the right people. But looking at you, again, I'm looking at all these birthdays. I see they all have money. No wonder they're donating. They all have money. This ain't shit to them. Yeah, you're taken care of. You're good financially. And quite frankly, always trust your gut instincts. But not next year. Because rats have like a radar. They can actually sense danger. See, a rat isn't here to fight you. Rat's not about that, okay? Rat is always polite. It gets others to do the dirty work for him, like a country born in 1984. Flip that out any way you want. But they are the manipulators. They get other people to do the dirty work for them.
Wow.
That's what you have to understand about rats. So they kind of like have a radar. They can sense things. Like the rat, it can't actually see the snake, but it can sense that motherfucker. And rats always need to trust their instincts, but not next year, because next year is the year of the horse. Horses and rats are enemy signs.
Enemy signs.
So that radar don't work once every 12 years. I just tell you what it is. So next year, be careful.
Okay.
All right.
We got some more, but
one more. We'll do this one next. After we come back.
Cool.
Bills. Can we get commercial?
Commercial break, guys.
All right, and this is a commercial break from our sponsors, Q Studios, the Q app, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the best numerology astrology
Hands
app
down.
ever made. Period. When we come back, we got a special guest.
Let's go.
Bruh.
And we are back. And we have a special guest with us. I'm the king of numerology. We all know that, bro. Okay? There's no denying that. But we got someone over here who made a little bit of headway in that community. And I wanted to bring him on because, I mean, I kind of like the guy. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts. Anyways, introduce yourself, bro.
No, Gematria Club. Thanks for having me on, all you guys. I'm really excited to be here, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. It's like exact time when the late night talk shows would be on right now.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be perfect for what I got for you guys tonight. Definitely
lot of
gonna
energy,
cause
man.
a little trouble.
A lot of energy, man. I like it.
Okay, great. I'm bringing a crown for you next time. I did not know you were the undisputed king. Now I got it.
I don't need a crown, bro. I already got a crown.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah,
we
we're
got
good.
some-
We're
Yeah,
good,
you're
man.
good.
Spit your game.
Super.
So
great.
I guess for the audience, what is Gematria? Because I have no idea.
That's
Kindergarten
a great place
numerology.
To start. The short answer for the podcast is Gematria is coded alphanumerics. So there's 26 letters in the alphabet. A equals 1, Z equals 26. Let's take fresh. So F is the 6th letter in the alphabet. So F equals 6. R is the 18th letter. R equals 18. You add fresh up, you get 56. If we want to reduce it, R at 18 is actually 1 plus 8 equals 9. So if we reduce fresh, you actually equal 2938. And the reason you have 2 numbers is because you have an S. S is 1 plus 9, could be 10, or it could be 1. 1 plus 0 after you get the 10. So the S exception. Gary used the word special guest. He set me up for the S right there, okay? Because the S is special in the alphabet.
You're special, all right.
The S is the only letter in the alphabet with 3 values. 19, because it's the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 is 10, so S is worth 10. And then 1 plus 0 is 1, so S is also worth 1. So fresh is 29, 38, 56. And what's really cool about that is more of a 38. Florida equals 38. And there's a bunch of 38, so we can relate to fresh. And podcast is 33. It has an orange color to it. Orange equals 33.
That was done on purpose.
You guys, I didn't bring my sunglasses, but if you're gonna sit with these two guys, you got to bring some sunglasses. Diamond equals 33. Okay, so you can see how the gematria works just for us sitting here.
He's a comedian. He's a comedian, bro.
Diamonds.
Okay.
He said
Not only that, if
diamonds.
I can just finish my point here.
He said diamonds.
We got those 33. It's like diamond is 33. We have the 33 sitting next to me. So it all comes together. That's my way of doing gematria. I don't just do the alphanumerics. I like to reach a little astrology, reach a little numerology, bring it all together with the gematria.
So I gotta know, brother. So I get the letters and numbers stuff, but how does it work in the real world? Like, how does it actually, like, I guess, manifest into something we can understand? Fully?
Right. So number one, you're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to know that we can even have something like gematria in the real world, because the real world people don't use gematria. The only people using gematria,
We're changing that.
yeah, are the upper.
Elites.
I don't like to use that word, but yeah, the upper people, they use it. That's how they talk to each other.
That's how I would say white people.
And then for people like me, we decode it.
You see people like me.
Yeah. We decode it and we give it out, and then we pretend we're at that level too. We're talking their language because we're able to decode what they're talking to each other about. Not my best answer, but I think you guys got it.
All right, let me help him out here for a second, man. This is a matrix, and in this virtual reality, numerology and astrology are the cheat codes. That's what it breaks down to, man. That's why people can give me their birthday, I can read them like a book, and I don't know anything about them, because it's all about the vibrational energy. And the numbers explain the energy. So when you can read the numbers, you can explain the energy. And by the way, the numbers and the letters, they represent the same thing. A 1 is alpha. Alpha starts with A. A is the first letter. Who are the two alphas in the red pill space? Tate and Myron. They're both born on the first. So this is how you take that stuff and you show it in everyday life.
Okay.
You'd be amazed how many times it works out just like that. We can take almost any example, and it's going to work out. So just the fact that the four of us are here tonight, that's meant to be. And I think some of the subjects we're going to talk about might actually be like great tonight.
Okay, cool. So listen, I'm not sold yet. This is like new for me. How do I use this to like make money, make connections, do networking? Because if it works, man, it's not nothing. Ooh, wow, I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to use it to make money or to do anything. Just like nothing's going to be easy.
Yeah.
But when you learn the craft, just like Gary makes money with numerology, gematria is the letter side of numerology. So I basically have a similar formula where me and my club, Gematria Club, we make our money every week on, I like to do championship sports. I don't like to do the head-to-head so much. It's like a coin flip for me. I like to do like races that have lots of participants, golf tournaments have lots of participants. That's when gematria can really shine, because you're going to go through, you're going to see whose name matches the number, and what's the number. It might be the date. It might be the edition of the tournament, something like that. It all comes together, just like numerology all comes together. And I use his numerology. I use his astrology. And with my gematria, it's like steroids for something like sports.
Damn.
Yeah, we're going to get into some sports in a little bit, because I want to give people, I want the people out there to make some money
let's slow down
tonight.
for a second. So at the end of the day, I want people to get some validity out of this. I had him on a yacht here a couple months ago when I had the GG33 meetup. And I was on the yacht. I told people that the Philadelphia Eagles would win the Super Bowl, and that's exactly what happened. But this motherfucker over here, he said something about the Masters. And
right.
why don't you talk to us about that? Because you actually told the people on my stream, what was that, 20 to 1, 25 to 1?
Well, when I gave it out, it was 11 to 1.
Okay, 11 to 1. He gave people 11 to 1 for free on my stream, and the shit hit. Explain it.
Okay, so the Masters, because it's a really big championship, the bigger the championship, the more coded it is, right? The bigger the news story, the more coded it is. So something like the Masters, you can find who the winner is going to be years ahead of time, and that's what we did with Rory.
Really?
Yeah, Rory McIlroy won the Masters. Now, I didn't say, it's really nice the way Gary puts it, I didn't say overtly Rory McIlroy wins the Masters. I told everybody Rory McIlroy's code, which was the 89. So it was the 89th Masters. Rory born in 89. The word Grand Slam equals 89. And Rory won the Golf Grand Slam by winning the Masters that year.
And he's born in 1989, year of the snake, and this
it's
is
a
a
snake year, right. I'm
so
sorry,
you
I
see
forgot
how
that.
it all fits in.
It does all come together.
All fits in, man. Dom,
Nothing's by
is
chance,
this stuff
Fresh.
making any sense to you?
Yeah, it does completely. Yeah, I'm just following. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff makes sense. Like, Dom, so you do a lot of news. You're kind of high profile. You ever feel like one of your devices is like maybe watching or listening or something like that? You ever hear something like that?
Yeah, definitely. I know for a fact.
Yeah. You ever hear Gary talk about stuff like that?
Watching stuff. I've seen clips. Stuff
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that.
I think Gary has the best information when it comes to like what your phone is really doing to you, what your computer is really doing to you. You want to talk about this kind of stuff?
Yeah, they're watching you, man. It is what it is. Because at the end of the day, this is why they let all this technology out, so they can spy on us.
Yep.
See, before technology, they had religion. And religion would always keep you in constant fear. Well, if I do this, something like might happen. I might go to hell. So that religion kept everyone in check because the fear kept a lot of people in check. And now that the religion isn't there, now we have technology to spy on us.
Yeah, when they start to spy on you with technology, they do a lot of things outside of that too to let you know you're being seen. Like sometime on my plane tickets, they'll put like SSS on it or something like that.
Absolutely.
To let people know that when I go and fly, I require additional security. That really didn't happen until I started speaking about certain politicians. So,
Do you
I
think
mean, it
everybody
happens.
believes it like that? Do you think everybody knows that their devices are spying on them?
No.
No, exactly. They don't know.
They should. Edwin Snowden told everyone in 213.
Isn't it just our opinion at this point?
But I think people don't care anymore. I think because it's just like normal. It's like, fuck it. I don't care if you're spying on me. But
Yeah.
you're right. Some people don't know at all.
Yeah. You know what? We can prove that it's spying on you. We don't even have to make it a debate. We can actually prove it with Gary's knowledge. And I'm just going to give you a little quickie right here, okay?
Pause.
So
Don't be too quick.
yeah, real quick. No, real quick. So if I was to say who is like the most famous spy, right? Can you think of even a spy? It doesn't have to be a legitimate, it could be fictional, like a Hollywood spy or something. Can you think of a famous one?
James Bond.
Absolutely, Dom. Thank you for playing along. We're going to play along this whole time now. James Bond. And what is James Bond's nickname, code name? Code name?
007?
007. That's
Why the
exactly
double
right.
O?
Well, maybe because spies look at you. Could be one of the reasons.
And look has the two O's. Keep going.
What else do spies do? They snoop. They snoop on you, spies, right? 00.
And since the computer age, they add cookies. 00.
Right? Isn't that a weird name, guys? To put cookies on your computer? Cookies? Why
Give
would
us some
they?
more weird names.
Well, weird names like what's the most popular website you can think of? Fresh.
Google?
Absolutely, 00. You think Google's spying on you? Fresh, that was an awesome answer, man.
Yeah, this is too
And,
funny.
and before it was Google,
Yeah.
it was Yahoo.
00.
See what we're talking
00.
about?
Okay.
And by the way, we also have Facebook.
Yeah.
00. Shout out Mike Zuckerberg. You're doing a great job, baby. Great job.
Right, Facebook, 00. Now, these are the three biggest websites. And you know what? They're all absolutely spying on you. We just proved it with GG33 Knowledge. We thought it, but now we proved it. Now, there's a new kid on the block, right? Let's go to Dom for this one. Who's the newest, let's just say since COVID, what's the newest, greatest flavor of the
app.
month website out there that everybody uses?
On TikTok? You said what? The newest what?
I'm just trying to go with the 00 theme.
yeah.
Let's go do one more. We did Google. We did
You said
Yahoo.
what's the newest?
What's that?
Yeah, but I couldn't hear the question. The newest of what?
Chinese
newest
app
kind of
that took
website.
over everywhere.
Shit, I
Media
Yeah, I
sharing.
put Dom on the spot on purpose.
I don't
you
know. I
guys.
don't know. I
Zoom.
think it's Zoom.
Zoom, you guys.
Yeah, I didn't
Get
think it
it?
was Zoom.
Zoom.
00.
Yeah, with COVID. Yeah, if I was
Yeah.
So
saying
now
COVID, yeah.
we have and Zoom absolutely spies on
Yeah.
you. I mean, you have your
Oh,
camera on.
There's no doubt about that. So
Yeah.
let's go with the context of what he said. 007. Google, 2 O's.
Hollywood.
Yahoo, 2 O's. Well, Hollywood's 3
Hollywood.
O's.
Well,
and then
what?
you have Zoom, 3 O's. Facebook, 2 O's. What does that mean? That means they're showing you exactly what they're doing in plain sight.
This is proof. We just proved it to you guys.
What the same be said with zoos? Since zoos are pretty much your spying
Zoo.
on animals.
I don't know. What do you mean?
A zoo. It has 2 O's.
Oh,
Zoo.
zoo has two.
Yeah.
I don't think they're spying on you at the
Not
zoo.
no, we're not
We're
spying
spying
on
on
me, but
them.
we're spying on them. That's what I'm saying. We're
Yeah.
spying on
Oh,
animals.
We're
okay.
spying on
I
them.
never really thought about that.
Sam's already ahead of you, man.
Yeah, we're spying on animals.
What about like YouTube and Instagram? They don't have O's, double O's.
You're right. They don't have double O's. I guess
But
you got us.
what's YouTube's parent company?
Alphabet.
Okay.
It's
Google.
always there.
But you know
So
what,
is that
Fresh?
Google.
Snapchat.
Fresh has a better point. Fresh has a really good point there. Let's just say, okay, so some internet companies happen to have double O's in it. Well, who are the real spies? Should we say the FBI are the real spies? Can we say that? We can say the FBI are the
think
real
CIA.
spies. Well, do you know who started the FBI?
Hoover.
Who?
Edgar Hoover.
Hoover.
Yeah.
Double O, everybody.
First director of the FBI.
started by Hoover.
The only good homosexual there ever was there, man. That guy did a lot of good stuff fighting communism, and he was a homosexual. So, again, shout out to the one homosexual who stood up for American values, Edgar Hoover.
And again, Hollywood tells you the truth, right? Hollywood 00 gave you 007, who has been around for like 50 years now.
Yeah.
They put the 00 spy code in your face. They don't care. You're never going to catch on. But we
I
proved
did.
it today, how they spy on you and what they spy on you with. It's unbelievable.
I caught on. But you know what, man? Listen, man, these people don't really care about this stuff. Some of them do, some of them don't. But you know what they do care about? They care about gossip. Okay? They care about gossip. So, Fresh, let's have some fun. Dom, let's have some fun, man. This is when you start clipping shit up. Okay, boys?
Okay.
This is going to be more trouble than fun. This is going to be trouble.
You know, we have a guy out there by the name of Anthony Edwards. I just brought him up, born in the 5th, and he changed his jersey number to 5. Do you know he just got rid of LeBron James? He just bounced his ass out the playoffs, pretty much single-handedly. And you know what? He bounced KD's ass out the playoffs. Do you know why he went so hard against LeBron? A lot of guys don't get it, but because he wanted to end the GOAT conversation. See, Anthony Edwards' real father is Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan
Wait, what?
wanted to end the GOAT conversation once and for all, so Anthony Edwards dismantled LeBron.
Wait,
And he did it for his dad.
wait. MJ's his father?
Yep.
No way.
Allegedly. I think
I mean, you know how you guys do in your community, you know what I'm saying?
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards' father is Michael Jordan. And by the way, that's not the only son he has in the playoffs.
What? Let me check that out. Wait.
Michael Jordan's other son plays for the Golden State Warriors. As a matter of fact, he was traded from the Miami Heat. His name is Jimmy Butler. So
Rumor
Jimmy
is-
Butler is Michael Jordan's illegitimate child, and Anthony Edwards is his illegitimate child. You know what's funny? They're both born in snake years. So our friend Michael over there be getting a little dirty down in snake years, man. But see, we're keeping it real for you guys. Anthony Edwards ended the GOAT conversation yesterday by dismantling LeBron James, kicking him out the playoffs, and he did it for his daddy, the real GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and speaking of daddies, there is one basketball player whose father you're not allowed to talk about. Well, before I say, we're going to get in trouble. We're okay getting in trouble?
Who's going to get in trouble?
We are.
Who's going to get in trouble?
Okay.
Yo, do you have any
We're going to
idea
get in
who I
trouble for
know?
this one.
No one's going to get in trouble unless this guy over here starts talking more about Obama. I'm not worried about it.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
LeBron got the presidential power.
Possibly.
Let me tell you guys, when it comes to fathers, the one father you're not allowed to talk about is who LeBron James' father is.
I don't know who his father is. Oh, shit! I never heard that one.
Have you ever even heard him speak on his father?
No.
Right. And before I
He
even
is black.
go, LeBron is a really big dude. I mean, really big. You don't just get there, by accident. That's real genetics at work with LeBron. So LeBron's father is a big dude. Okay, so let's start there. LeBron is from Akron. Okay,
330.
Akron is also the home of LeBron's father, who's a superstar NBA player. LeBron James' father is a superstar NBA player.
Come on, chat wants to hear it.
Okay. How do I want to put this? LeBron James equals 42 if you spell his name out in reduction. LeBron James' father wore number 42.
Really?
LeBron James won his final championship, his fourth championship, 4 years, 2 months after his biological father died. But he won the 3 before while his father was alive. His father wore number 42 in the NBA, and they called him the Great. Nate the Great Thurmond is LeBron James' father.
Wow. So, we have some breaking news today. Not only did you find out who Michael Jordan's illegitimate sons were, you just found out who LeBron James'
And you'll
daddy
never
is.
hear that. You're not allowed to say it, and we're in big trouble.
Who's going to get me in trouble?
I'm in
Who's
big
going to
trouble.
get me in
I just want to say that like these two gentlemen here, we don't share the same opinions.
I'll give you guys one more quickie.
Yeah.
The
Him and
name
his
Michael
quickies,
Jordan.
Pause.
The name Michael Jordan and the name Kobe Bryant in Gematria, in straight alphanumerics, meaning A is number 1 and Z is number 26, they both equal 113. And the thing is, Kobe actually attaches himself not just to Michael, but Kobe can attach to LeBron and to Steph Curry. Kobe Bean Bryant equals 243. LeBron Ramon James, 243. Wardell Stephen Curry, 243. Golden State Warriors, 243. So Kobe's good, and that's pretty incredible, by the way. That just
And
three guys like
LeBron's
that.
an 11, and so is Michael. So here's what I want you guys to do. The Clippers, we're going to clip this stuff up. When you actually clip this stuff up, do the word value and have it add up to everything, because it's hard to people to visualize this stuff.
Yeah, and DM me if you need help on that.
DM him too. Your inbox is going to be full, bro. High class for it. So when it comes down to it, I want you to understand this, man. That the Gematria stuff is very difficult to visualize. That's why I keep it to numerology and astrology, and I give you examples throughout history and things like that. But what he does is way more difficult, because not that Gematria is difficult.
Don't worry, nobody took that as a compliment towards me.
All I'm trying to say is it's very much more difficult to visualize when you say stuff like that. It is what it is. Anyways, let's do some clips now. I believe Nobel sent you some clips that I want to do.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go through some clips right now. And we'll go more into our special guest.
I got some more bangers for
I
you
know
guys.
you do. I know you do. Hold on. The ones No Bell sent you.
I think we're good to go.
No. The one I asked him to send.
There might be a different.
Yeah, while they're scrolling, I'm gonna throw out some Kentucky Derby. It's coming up on Saturday, you guys.
Okay.
And it's Thursday night right now.
Big event?
Saturday, big Kentucky Derby. I want.
It seemed like that was it.
There's an actual GG33 themed horse in the Kentucky Derby. It doesn't know it's GG33. I'm going to tell you why it's GG33 in just a little bit here.
So, how important is it for, like, I guess, like betting against like the odds?
I think the odds matter a lot. The way you just said the question, okay, so if we're doing the horse races, we're not just taking one horse. Let's just start there. We're taking the horses that match the numbers.
Got it.
So it's a 20-horse race. Maybe we'll take 2, 3, 4 horses. So we'll kind of narrow the field down based on our numbers.
Same thing I do with parlays.
Got
Just
it.
hoping to hit one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be a
stuff like
hero, right? Not trying to be anybody's hero. I'm
It's
just
safe.
trying to
It's
deliver the
safe,
numbers.
It's calculated and it's like done logically.
Right. You will see the method to the madness when I send you the winner. I don't just send you a name. I usually send a whole write-up with it.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, Dom, listen, bro. This is like new shit that not new shit, but like shit that's hidden in plain sight, pretty much. And I mean, if it works, it works.
I think that's how the whole world works. It's hidden in plain sight. In Nashville, they have something really cool called the Red Phone Booth, and I think it's in Atlanta too. But it's a restaurant. On the outside, it's just a regular red phone booth, like a phone booth that you would see in London or something like that, very vintage. And to enter the restaurant, it's an underground speakeasy. You have to enter these numbers unless someone's giving you the code. You'd have to know the code, which changes every week. You enter the numbers. Once they're inputted, someone from the other side of that phone booth, it opens up as a door, and then it's a stairway that's down. and they'll ask you the code word. You enter the code word, and they let you go down to the speakeasy in Nashville. And it just makes you wonder. I feel like that's the way the whole world is operated. It's hidden all in plain sight. To the regular person, that's a phone booth. To me, some of the richest in Nashville are right now having dinner. They're drinking. They're collaborating, they're networking.
It's true.
So my perception of reality of that entire environment is completely different from everyone else. So I think the whole world is ran that way, the same way as the red phone
I think
booth
that's
is.
part of the rules. I think they have to run it that way. I think they have to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'll tell you in a way where you won't believe it, but I think they have to put it out there one way or another.
To The Simpsons.
Yeah, through The Simpsons or however. But there's different ways they have to put it out there, and then it always seems
They
to
said
work
it was
out.
something with karma, and it is like some karmatic.
No.
deal
What he's
or
talking
something.
about is Andrew Tate actually stole this from me. I put out a video like this like 4 years ago. Then he did it like a month later. So they actually have to tell you, because the elite believe that if they tell you what they're going to do to you through movies or through books or whatever, they negate their karma because they told you what was coming. So that's what they believe, and that's why they put like things like that in movies and in pop culture. Or I remember Jay-Z had a song called Umbrella in 2008, and it said "Down with the Dow Jones," and that year the Dow Jones crashed. So they were actually putting the stuff out there. We ready to go? All right. We'll go to the clips in about 30 seconds. And again, if you guys want to super chat, 98 or above, we'll get there in about 10 minutes.
So you're telling me that if they tell you in plain sight and it happens to you, they're vindicated of all wrongdoing.
That's what they believe.
Yo, bro.
Bruh.
Okay. I mean, shit. I guess it could make sense. But so that means, okay, World War III, 2, 1, I don't know, 9/11. It was all like
All planned.
planned.
9/11 happened on 11. The first plane that hit the World Trade Center is Flight 11. The Twin Towers look like an 11 side by side. They both have 110 stories. New York City, 11 letters. New York, the 11th state of the Union. Shanksville, 11 letters. The Pentagon, 11 letters. Need me to go on?
You can stop it there, brother.
There you go.
It's good for me. Okay. First clip. Here we go. Yeah, please. We can see all that. You can see all those DMs in there.
Yeah, okay.
Yo, imagine. Yo, you know streamers they'll like do a live stream and then you see their messages on the side.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you don't think to close your tabs, nigga? Like, please close your tabs, bro. Like, please. Like, it's so obvious, bro. But it's funny. There we go. Oh, Shorty's bad, man. Shorty's bad, brother. I'm kidding. He didn't want to show us. Okay, sorry about that. No, go to your tab.
Go to post.
Oh, he's smart. Smart guy.
They also had a tab that said go to post. It might have took it.
There we go. We got it now.
All right.
This is funny.
Angry restaurant owner chased a customer and screamed down the street over no tips in Evanston, Illinois.
Play this.
It's over no tips.
I pay for my food, bro.
Piece of
Pay for my food.
How the you didn't think
Bro,
you make money?
I pay for food. I
How am
pay
I
for food.
staff supposed to make money, huh?
So,
He chased a customer and screamed down the street, all because the client didn't tip on a $19.89 meal.
I pay for my food. I handed you $20. You can't charge me more than what the menu say.
Later, owner made excuses, blaming financial stress.
Ashamed. I was just ashamed, bring shame to my wife as a husband, as an owner, at the same time, to my mom and dad.
This video became viral, sparking debates over tipping. The restaurant has been slammed with protests, a Yelp lockout, and a boycott from visitors.
Tip or two sticks, how can I help you?
That's enough. So again, what we have going on here is a man who runs a restaurant. He's probably struggling because the economy ain't doing the best right now.
Yeah.
And a man went in there and he did not leave a tip. And on a $20, $20, 15%, you're supposed to leave, $3 tip. He left absolutely nothing, and the guy got pissed off. So the thing is, it's only in America where people tip. They don't do that shit in Europe. You know that,
Bro, I was in France, no tips. It was like, oh, what are you doing? No, it's okay. It's all included. I'm like, wait, you don't want to tip? But America is like, oh, it's a given. Oh, you not tipping, nigga? So that's a good point.
Yeah, so I understand the owner. I just don't think that was
So what really
the
made
best way to do it. All right, so yeah, this next one's good, man.
Yeah? Okay.
This again shows you the accountability that women have in life. This video says everything you need to know about women right here. Play the clip.
Just be honest with me. I don't want to hear the excuses because it's already said and done. I'm gonna take my stuff and just go about my business. I just want to know why. What made you really? What do you mean? What I'm leaving for?
I told you I didn't mean like it. It wasn't supposed to go like that.
What you mean it wasn't supposed to go like that? You opened your legs for another man. We've been in a relationship for like how much years? 4 or 5 years?
No, I told you I was ovulating and I was getting and you like are never around. You're always working.
You were ovulating, so you were getting close to your period, so you go fuck another man? Are you crazy? That's even worse.
She belongs to the streets. A woman's body, like I have needs.
Stop it right there.
Okay, you have needs.
Has needs. You hear that? This is how she feels. She has needs. She was ovulating. All this garbage. They will fucking justify their actions any fucking way possible. And if you look at her, you're like, oh, well, that's just some hoe. No, bro. This is 80% of women in America today. 80% of women today are just like this. Fresh, did I tell any lies?
No. You know the worst part about this though is that her actual mindset is, hey, put it on my cycle. Not my mind, not what I actually thought in my head, premeditated. It was like, no, put it on my cycle. That's not my wrongdoing. This is why nowadays, especially, bro, you can't trust what they say for the most part, because what happens is it'll change from I love you to I hate you instantly. And it's all because they feel like it's better for them at that point in time. So at the point in time you meet a woman, bro, and she's happy, when she's mad, it's not the same person. So
when women get caught cheating, they always dig the hole deeper too, because if she's blaming it on the cycle, you have to wonder, the shit comes once a month. So what happens to him?
Once a month.
Yeah.
There you go, bro.
What happens every month, bro? Her cycle comes. So it's
and again, she is justifying it, trying to blame the man for her opening legs to another man. And again, this is another example of why the 19th Amendment needs to be repealed. They make emotionally based decisions. And right now, you broads are watching this and you're getting mad at me. Oh, fuck Gary, fuck him. He's a fucking male chauvinist pig. Well, you know what? Fuck you. Because this is what it is every single time. You should have no adult voting rights whatsoever. Go in the kitchen, make me a sandwich, and shut the fuck up. And if you want to make some money through stocks, do that. If you want to make some money legitimately, do that. But at the end of the day, raise a fucking family. I don't give a fuck how much money you have in your bank account. I care how many kids you have. And making sure they were not, with 3 different men. Shout out to Andrew Wilson.
You know the worst part as well about this is that like the guy was working. Okay, just keeping it real.
Providing for her.
I'm gonna leave. I'm not recording shit. It's over with. But he was working while she did this shit. They don't appreciate shit, bro. Like they don't appreciate how hard you work, when you work. It's all about what they want.
Their needs.
It's fucked up.
All right, let's watch this last one. This is the most disgusting video out of all of them.
I've seen
this one coming up right now. Now, we just witnessed a hoe justifying opening her legs because another man wasn't paying attention. This right here is criminal. And women who do this to men, they need capital punishment. Play the tape.
Mr. Monzel, in your lie detector test, you were asked, did you have any sexual contact with any of your 3 daughters? You said no. And the lie detector said there was no deception. Yes, they got it. How does that feel for you? And that your daughters know it.
All right, stop the tape right here.
Some they always did.
This man was accused by his ex-wife, I'm assuming, that he was molesting his daughters. His daughters believed that. He went to prison for that shit. And now his daughters are back there understanding that a woman lied about their father, and they're finally rebuilding a relationship with their father. Think about all the trauma these women went throughout their lives because they didn't have a fucking father around, because they were lied to it by a fucking woman.
Damn.
Keep playing the tape.
How dare you?
You felt they always did know it and didn't speak it because
They didn't know no better. They wasn't told no different.
Evil.
Miss Yvonne took a lie detector test and said, did you make up or exaggerate any stories with the intention to harm Monzel? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive.
Why does this have to be done here? Why is this being done in front of cameras?
He asked you, did you say something to the effect of, I'm going to make sure you're never happy again? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive.
Lying bitch.
Nope. So, Miss Yvonne has acknowledged that her story about you touching your children in a sexual way was not true.
Stop it right there.
So, Miss Yvonne, is anything...
If this was me, if that was me, I get up right there and I fucking go to jail for real shit this time. Okay? I go to jail for real shit. That bitch fucking destroyed his fucking life. She destroyed her family's life. Her fucking kids suffered. Her grandkids suffered. All because this bitch fucking lied. Where the fucking guillotines at?
It's crazy.
Listen, this is nothing more than a woman that is either spiteful or just hates him in general.
Yeah.
And again, like I said before, it starts with love at the very beginning, then turns to hate pretty quickly. So this example here is the extreme, of course, because he went to jail, bro. It's fucked up as hell.
It says a lot about women, too. Instead of just being real, bro, and admitting that she lied on the man's, her last resort is to get a lie detector test lie for her. Bro, that's cold. The man done lost everything, and you still trying to deflect. I mean, look at the test. She lied to the test.
Yeah.
So what happens if the test said it was true? That dude still wouldn't get that clarity, bro. It's unreal. That even in her time of the lie detector test, she chose to lie.
But can you imagine how many other men out there are going through this shit without cameras being involved? Every single day, bro.
It's terrifying.
They need to make examples out of women like this publicly so women know they will be held accountable for fucking lying and destroying fucking families just because they're jealous or their fucking emotions made them up in their legs. Oh, fucking lying bitch.
That's crazy, bro.
Core activity.
And you wonder why there's a red pill movement. And you wonder why fucking men fucking think of women and talk about women the way, like, look at this shit. Do you understand? This is a demon. This is a straight demon.
It is crazy, bro.
It's true. I like what he said. I remember in 2022, before I even met Fresh, Myron, anyone, a lot of people, they were criticizing Red Pill. And they like, oh, why is it so big? How is it growing? And I said, every action has a reaction. These women having OnlyFans, women having freedom, no accountability. Red Pill content wouldn't exist unless they did, because Red Pill content wouldn't have any audience in a time that people can't relate to the content they're talking about.
Yeah.
The only reason the audience exists is because they've been fucked over by so many women. You have to have a reaction to these actions. And Red Pill content is the reaction to women being whores and not being accountable and ruining their lives.
Well, I'll say this as well. I think dating nowadays is cooked. Dating itself is nothing more than a meat market where meat is being sold for the highest bidder.
Yeah.
Now, look at the future. We got AI, sex robots, and pretty much OnlyFans on steroids. So I would argue nowadays your pool of women to choose from is very slim, because either going to be OnlyFans, a full-on hoe, or a pretend hoe.
A lot of people can go for the sex robots, bro.
Yeah.
The sex robots are gonna fucking press charges on you. The sex robots ain't gonna fucking,
sad,
you're not gonna come home and find out she's pregnant by some other motherfucker. You
Or
know what I'm
talk
saying?
back to
They're
you.
not gonna start running their mouth. So I'm gonna tell you, women out there, I'm gonna tell you something real honest. You're gonna be replaced. I know it's sick, and I know it's not in human nature's. It's not the best for humanity. It really isn't. But guess what? You fucking bitches are so out of fucking control that no one wants to deal with your ass. And I'm going to tell you another thing. At some point, law and order is going to break down. And when that happens, the protection that us men afford you women will be gone. And then it goes back to what the Russians said when they invaded Germany. 80 sit. and you guys can figure out what that means yourself.
Uh-oh. All right, back to the chats. That was definitely a L for her because...
And tell the truth.
His whole life.
Mr. Monzel.
Yeah, turn that video off, man. I don't want to hear that bitch's voice anymore.
Facts. There we go. And guys, like the video, man. We dropping some like sauce today. Well, I will say this as well, though, Dom. For most guys nowadays, though, especially with dating itself, I think that like all we have is what's in front of us. Yeah. And for any major city you live in, New York, Vegas, Miami, it's the same holes, bro. So I think you gotta get out into the more country places, more Midwest, and find something there. But even then, you might need to go overseas because options are limited.
It's cooked, man, completely. Like you said, dating cooked. Because even if you run into that quote unquote good girl, I found this out when I run into women that I think is somewhat good. They're still focused on hoes, and they might not, per se doing whole activity. But so much of what hoes are doing, it takes up time in their mind. They might have to make themselves feel better and mention them. But the fact that it's constantly on their mind, they end up becoming the same thing that they hate. It's too prominent, bro. It's too
TikTok
prominent.
too.
It's
TikTok.
in everyone's mind. You can't see it. The worst examples shine the brightest right now.
Good point. We got up next, Scant San. Birthday's 06/13/89. Best advice on making and keeping money while buying real estate. I'm buying small businesses. What should I know about it? 13. I'm being born on the 13th, and as a snake, do have to leave Ohio.
Yeah, you definitely have to leave Ohio because did you know who I was fresh in 2022?
No.
Did you know who I was in 2022, Dom?
Not a clue.
No. He knew, obviously, because we're in the same niche. But at the end of the day, no one knew who I was because I was in the state of Ohio, and that's a big state, and I am a snake. That does not work. So if you want to maximize your potential, you don't have to come down to Florida, but you definitely got to get the fuck out of fucking Ohio. Ohio is not for you. I had so many setbacks in Ohio. As a matter of fact, if I wasn't born in Ohio, I'd be worth at least $200 million by now.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, Ohio held me back. So, yes, get the hell out of Ohio. I would prefer that if I was you, probably go to Missouri, Texas, or Florida. That's where you should go. And quite frankly, you can't hustle, bro. You got to do everything, cross the I's, dot the I's, cross the T's. You got to do everything. You do anything outside of the law, they will get you. You have one of those birthdays, brother. Trust me on that. And it's a snake in the snake year. You know what I'll tell you? Go hard, especially after your birthday. Right now, it's one thing, but after your birthday, you're going to be in that 1 year cycle, and that's exactly when you go hard. Not before. You're still in the 9. 9 is when you're in the 9 year cycle, it's a time of letting go, cutting off the unnecessary garbage you want in your life. Does that seem about right?
You know what? Your readings are really right on. Honestly, all of them are. It's always impressive. Gary drops little nuggets on me all day long, and I don't tell him I'm impressed with it because he has a huge ego, but they stick with me, and they're marinating in my mind,
you're not
and
going
it's
to make it
crazy.
any bigger, brother. Trust me, bad. People think I'm fucking, I weigh a lot because of my weight. Nah, bro, it's all up here, bro. This is my neck's strong as fuck, bro.
So I got a question, man. I just thought about. You can't really, unless you like Gary and plan for when people are born. Most people, they can't choose when they're born. Is it better off, let's say if you have your year coming up, to be born near the beginning of Chinese New Year because you would have more days?
It depends what month you're born. So you want the mom and the kid to be compatible. So there's some months that are better than others. Some days they're better than others. So when it comes down to it, you need to look at the whole picture, not just one.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, 11 times 3. He says, "What's up, my?" Yo, bro, look at I'm reading this shit.
Bruh.
What's up, my niggas? Hey, G, is there a reason?
You want me to read it?
No, because if you were saying the word, it would be funny. Is there a reason why I have a personal pure 33 cycle every 9 years for my whole life? His birthday is 11/11/97.
Well, I mean, you're born on a special day, 11/11. It's always gonna be 22. So yeah, you're definitely gonna have a 33-year cycle in 2009, 2018, 2027. I mean, just got one of those birthdays where the math, adds up. So yeah, I would plan those years ahead of time. Like, when I made GG33, it was in 2011. I wanted to get that 11 on the back end. that energy, and obviously worked out because when I started going mainstream in 2023, that was a cat year. So I went mainstream with GG33 in a cat year when the organization was founded. That was all deliberately done, and obviously it worked because we got people like this over here talking about this stuff, and it never would have happened before. So yeah, you better best believe I do things deliberately. I mean, somehow I found this guy too.
You didn't find me.
Or I didn't
Gary
find
did
you?
not discover me. I was doing my own thing.
No. I found you on Twitter.
Oh, sure. Okay. You
Okay,
found
there
me.
you go. No. You were doing Gematria before me. I'm the one who got numerology down your throat.
For sure. And I needed it. And I'm better for it.
Okay.
You know how hard it is to get a compliment out this guy?
I just realized.
Hey, bro.
I've been
man.
giving him a tough time all day, to be honest.
Damn, man.
Okay. Is that last one, Bills? Yeah, good to go. All right. Closing thoughts? Or you want more from...
Nah, I think we can shut down with the readings. You got like 2 minutes to get one in, 90 or above. If not, we're shutting it down. Dom, let's go with final thoughts.
Yeah, just good show, man. I'm liking the syndication that we having. From what I'm seeing, just from my opinion, I think the flow's really improving each day.
It's smooth.
Yeah, who cares what they think? You're the guy who goes to the White House.
Well,
They
yeah,
go to
but
a homosexual's house in Spain.
but without the audience, no one exists.
That's true. So we got to appreciate the people watching. Thank you for watching, fellas. Liking the video, of course. Gary's a bit strong about his opinions. But he means well.
Yo, I'm tap dancing. I'm tap dancing for these people, man.
He means
I
well.
could be at home getting a back rub.
True.
From an actual good-looking woman.
That is true.
Okay?
Actually, yeah.
I could be at home getting a back rub, so I'm out here tap dancing. Best believe I expect something from the audience. And you motherfuckers wouldn't even like the goddamn video, man. Like, what the
They
fuck?
do be,
I mean,
they be
seriously,
gatekeeping the
guys.
likes, man.
Yo,
Y'all do be gatekeeping the likes, bro. It's crazy.
I'll be honest, though. He could be anywhere in the world right now. We got to be here because we got to do a podcast.
You guys, I'm usually on the other side watching you guys,
Yeah.
and I hear what Gary's saying, but you guys make us wait. You guys do a lot, and we put up with it.
Oh my God, you're one of those.
No, we're hardcore.
You're one of those.
You know what? You know what? Because I'm on their side.
Yeah.
Let me give them something. Let's make it a little bit profitable.
You're a
Can we do
pleb?
something real quick?
Is that what
With
you're
1
telling
minute.
us?
I know we're late. Let me do 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the Kentucky Derby. I really want to get it out because it's a GG33 thing. There's one horse in the Kentucky Derby that has a snake trainer and a snake jockey. Just for that to line up alone is huge. And it's a snake year. One horse, okay? That horse, its name starts with the letters R-O. R is the 18th letter. O is the 15th. R plus O equals 33. R-O is wealth code discovered by Gary. R-O as in Rockefellers, as in Rothschild, the richest two families. R-O as in Rolex, as in Rolls Royce, the richest luxury items. R-O is wealth code. Here we're going to have an R-O horse with all the snake gear features in this year's Kentucky Derby. It's not a favorite. It's a underdog. You guys can wager on that. And if you lose, you lose. Big deal. You're getting huge odds. The risk reward is unbelievable.
What are you telling them bet, bro?
I'm telling them bet the RO horse. Bet
So-
the RO horse in the Kentucky Derby for GG33.
With Kentucky Derbies, where do I bet to get the ROI? Where do I place my bets?
I mean, I'm not here to plug any sports books because they don't sponsor us, but most sports books will do it.
Cool.
Some don't because horse racing is its own little niche, but you'll be able to find a place to wager on the Kentucky Derby.
I will say this, though. Gary's on point because I'm up some thousands. Okay, some last chats here.
Thank you guys for letting me get that in.
No problem. Dedicated one, 9/20/99. Same birthday as Mike T. So go deep for me. Pause.
Oh, damn.
Pause.
You know who Mike T is. Yo, so it's safe to say that no one put me on to be an influencer, but when I was a local celebrity, there was someone who put me on.
In Ohio.
His name was Mike Trevisano. He was on 1100. Get this, the guy who was on WATM 1100, and it was founded on 1111. Most powerful radio station in Ohio by far. And he did, what year did this guy say?
He says 9/20/1999. Yep.
99. All right. So, I mean, Triv was a 5, and you were a 3, so I could see why a 3 and 5 would like each other. Now, one of the things about Triv was he was a very charismatic guy because he had that 20 and 20's to hit an 11. Won't go into why. That's you have to sign up the GG33 find out why. But he had a level of charisma, but he was also very sensitive. I knew Triv. I played cards with the guy. I mean, I hung out with the guy. And at the end of the day, if you say the wrong thing to Triv, that's something a bitch is going to remember for a long fucking time. So you have one of those same type of personalities. Now, I'm sure when you grow up, you had to grow up quickly. Probably had issues with one of your parents. Don't ask me how I know. I just do. But at the end of the day, you are someone of a higher intelligence. You don't think much of people. You probably think down on most people. You probably believe you're better than most people because you're more intelligent. But the thing is, you got to be a networker. So that's like the thing that kills you. That you have to actually deal with people who are lower intelligence. It probably pisses you off, bro. But you got to do it in life because you got to be that networker. So it is what it is. By the way, those 1999s, 1999 adds up to 28. They do well in money.
Nice.
They do well in money. So
There you go.
love being a 1999, even though you're a selfish ass prick ass cat. Right?
Not quite, but we'll never have another 28. That's the end of the 28s at 1999.
And we'll have too many 33s coming up too. So
Now tonight we'll have no
by the way,
28s.
I'm a 33 life path, but the 33s are dying out since the year 2000 hit. There's going to be less and less of them. So it's going to be fucking havoc in the world in about 20, 30 years. When the 33s die out, who the fuck's going to teach you guys?
Wait, numbers can die out?
Well, the 33 life path, there's not just going to be that many of them.
Damn,
There's not
going to
be that many days that can combination that actually.
So
So
the 1900s, 1 plus
Yeah.
9 is 10, so you get an automatic 10. In this century
crazy.
of 2000s, you only get a 2.
So
it's hard
it
to get to
shifts
33.
every- Wow.
So there's not going to be that many 33s around.
Crazy. So that makes me look at all of history differently because of what numbers might have been more dominant or,
Exactly.
damn, wow, that's crazy, dude.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's how it works.
That's kind of
Man, that's crazy.
that's
dude.
scary, bro.
It's like the year 1999. It adds up to 28, and you're not going to get another year
Party
that's going
like
to add up
it's
to 28.
19.
Man, wow.
There's just not going to be one.
That's crazy.
Interesting. He says, I know social media is good, but give me more on how I can get wealthy. Is 18 also lucky for me, like 99?
Yes.
Great relationships, choose a birthday, 324.
You want some advice to get ahead? Find a woman born on the 28th, start having sex with her, and start having babies with her.
28th.
Yeah, if a woman's born on the 28th, start having a relationship with her. Obviously, if everything, all the other boxes match,
Consensual.
But listen, they showed you Elon Musk just had a child born on the 28th. Elon Musk just sold his company to him, his own AI company on the 28th. He's doing this on purpose. So obviously, if you want to do the same thing and you want to replicate the same things he did in life, you have to do things on the 28th. And by the way, I have a kid born on the 28th. And by the way, I did get a bag since that kid was born. So everything I'm telling you is real.
Okay.
It is what it is. 1999, you'll blow up in 2027.
There you go. Cruz. His birthday is 9/12/05.
9/12/05. So, this is an interesting birthday. So, Virgos are special. And what I mean by Virgos being special is they're fucking nitpicky motherfuckers. I understand why they're the symbol for a Virgo is a woman because they bitch about everything. Doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman, man. And it's so fucking critical. Then we have this person being a rooster. They're a fucking perfectionist and they're fucking critical as hell. And this person's a one life path. Everything must piss you off. You must have so many fucking pet peeves. You don't know what to fucking do, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a Virgo. You know what I'm talking about. Everything pisses them off. Something's always wrong. You annoying motherfuckers. I shouldn't be talking to customers like this, but it is what it is. This is how Virgos operate. So here's my advice to you. Let the little things go. Just let them go in life. It will get so much easier, man. It really will. Your key in life, be aggressive, but not too aggressive. Do not drink alcohol. It's a one life path. Worst mistake you can make. And lastly, as someone born on the 12th, learn those communication skills. Have that salesman's mentality. You do that, you'll make it big in life. Promise you.
Good shit. Another one here just got in. His birthday is February 11th, 07. What is my lucky number? How I get that bag?
27 is your lucky number, which means that on the 27th, you should be much more luckier than most. Now, I could say 11 is a lucky number to a point, but you're born on 11, so you could get way too emotional 11 days and everything could go to hell. Here's the thing. Most people, in California always talk about gun control. Democrats always talk about gun control. How about we have gun control for 11 life paths? Okay? Because Columbine committed by an 11. Sandy Hook committed by, sorry, Alex Jones, it was real. Sandy Hook committed by an 11. People who are 11s, when they get too emotional and they don't control their emotional energy, are a detriment to society. Then again, you have the evolved 11s, the ones who know how to talk. Obama, Reagan, Gaddafi. I know people don't like to say he's evolved, but he had a nation under control for 40 years. And we saw this guy who's an 11. We still haven't checked that ID, though.
No.
We didn't check that ID, so we don't know that. You realize this guy's known me for about 4 years, 5 years?
No, I happened to see his passport today.
And he's like, yo, a lot of people are questioning if you're a 33. Let me see your passport.
What?
Yeah,
it's a psychological trick to see. I never saw. He had his passport out. I wanted to look at it, right?
Hey, he's making sure.
When you challenge Gary, right away, boom, there you go, have my passport. Just a little psychology. He fell right for it. I saw his passport. I can tell you he's a legit 33, at least according to the passport. Gary is a legit 33. I mean, I saw the info I wanted to see.
This is what I'm telling you, man. You gotta watch these cats,
that
bro.
passport photo.
You gotta watch these cats. Yo, the bigger the smile, the sharper the knife.
Damn.
Remember that, bro.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight after seeing that passport photo, though. God, that's nightmare material.
Bro, have you looked in the mirror?
No, totally, absolutely. I'm hiding behind the mic tonight.
Some people can make fun of my looks. You ain't one of them.
I'm literally hiding behind the mic tonight.
All right, bro.
That's the truth.
You would have done better to the radio days.
Absolutely. I bring it up because that's exactly right. This face is not meant for that. This is not that. No, I'm staying right here.
I will say this though, bro. You do have a very radio type voice.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm doing a great job tonight, you guys. Just so you know, I'm trying.
I'm glad someone thinks so.
I'm feeling a little outclassed tonight. I got to tell you, you guys are pros, and I'm just trying to keep up.
We do this for a living. It's okay.
Yeah, you done good.
Don't worry, we fucking read you in today,
you
bro.
three are really doing a great job. Honestly, it's really coming together. I remember the first episode to right now.
Hold on. Get it.
Gary,
yo, you're an asshole, bro.
Gary is coaching, bro. Gary is coaching, man.
At the end of the day,
I like working with Gary. Gary knows I like working with him.
I can say anything that wants.
Yeah, he can.
He ain't gonna get pissed.
Yeah.
And by the way, he says some of the most outrageous shit to me that I've never heard before. Like only he has the balls to say. Imagine I'm in a room with all my GG three members, and he's like, Gary, all these guys like you so much.
I said they love you.
No haters. I think I'm the one who likes you the least. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
I like you a lot. No, I like Gary a lot.
It's all love, man.
Whenever I'm hanging out with Gary, whoever I'm hanging out with loves Gary more than I love Gary. I can't love Gary as much as all these other people
throw you
love
out
him.
here fast enough, Mel.
If it works, it works, right?
This guy, man.
But listen, this has been swell. This has been amazing. And actually, the letters say a lot about the numbers. So where can I find you, brother?
Gematria Club on X, gematriaclub.com, but better just follow me on X. Get used to what I do. You can DM me if you got a question. We'll work it out. I have a club on the private side. We do sports in the private Gematria Club, and I also run letterology for Gary. We have a whole private GG33 letterology where I really expand on all the sacred knowledge, like the RO code, which is the wealth code.
Yeah.
I mean, we brought the RO code from R plus O equaling 33, like the logo and everything, to the Akron, which is where the two highest paid NBA players are from, Stephen Curry and LeBron. RO is from Akron, RO. You'd be amazed. There's not that many ROs. We took it all the way to the Run for the Roses, RO, with our horse, RO. It's been a good night.
It also makes me wonder, just to finish that, when I said ROI, RO, is I also like, did they add that intensity? Because I is information
ROI is
intelligence.
return on investment, because I don't think a lot of people know that. It's great with stocks. It's not great in our numbers and letters world. We don't use ROI. We stick to the RO code.
Okay.
I was wondering why they add the I, because I think information, intelligence, things like that.
It's almost like putting it out in plain sight, almost, but they add the I.
Yeah.
You don't want the I.
Okay.
Unless you're doing stocks, because ROI means a lot.
Think about
in
this.
stocks.
S is the 19th letter, right? And then I is the 9th letter. So what happens when you have that money sign? It's basically like a S and an I. 9 and 19 is the 28. So even the 28, the dollar sign itself is symbolized with the 28.
There you go.
Everything is out there. And for my final thought, man, this is one of those worlds where there's so many people telling you they know what's best. So many different genres, so many different type of people. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, is someone covering all the boxes? Like, you know, if someone's a big influencer on just one social media, that's not enough. I learned that lesson. It's not enough. So if you're a social media, a guy, and you have TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, IG, if you have all the big fours, you're a real social media guy.
Star.
And this is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't listen to men who are just one-trick ponies. If someone is out there and the only thing they know how to do is make people laugh, well, that's nice, but okay. Yeah. If the only thing they're good at is the gym, okay, nice, but you know, I can hire those guys for $100 an hour to be a bodyguard. I'm making out here thousands an hour. At the end of the day, I want you guys to understand, you need someone who checks every single box. I'm not perfect, but I check a lot of those boxes. So what I'm basically trying to tell you is this. Make sure the people you follow in life have actually accomplished something. Fresh?
Well said. I will say, guys, as well, like Gary said, 2030 is a year of AI taking over businesses on some level, a mainstream thing. So get your money up while you still can right now. And of course, learn how to make money as much as you can, because at some point, like you said, people are dying off. People that care to spread the knowledge, spread the wisdom are dying off. So guess what's next? These kids nowadays on TikTok with that brain and mindset, which you don't want. So this was a good show. A lot we learned here today. And thanks for watching, guys.
Bills, can you play the Q commercial on the way out?
Yep.
Since we're in Q Studios, we're going to play the Q commercial on the way out. And again, special thank you to Gematria Club.
No, thank you guys.
Who is one of the best numerologists in the world. And I want to thank him for coming on.
Gary's a good guy,
brother.
Gary's a good guy.
You're one of the few people who can make me look sane. So I appreciate it.
No, I'm a little wild on here, you guys. I'm not used to doing this. You got to forgive my behavior, honestly. It's about the knowledge. I can go all night, honestly.
I know you can. That's enough.
You guys, the number 0, RO. All right.